Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the final deadline stream of the year. No Champions League football until next year. Sad, we will have the World Cup at least, but yeah, this is the final one for the Champions League. How is the team looking? I've put a poll in the chat asking you guys, are you playing your Limitless? Are you playing your World Cup? Or are you just making 2 transfers? Or have you taken a hit? How is the team looking? How are you doing? RK, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here as well. Ezin, hope you're doing well. How are you, Liad? Jupiter, hi. Ezin, straight tweet. Ezin is not wasting any time. Do you think Sula, Vini, Rodrigo, Salah, Zielinski, Kvara will play? Yes, I think they will all play, maybe apart from Sula. The others, 5 of them, I think they will start. Bilal says, hello, Glenn. How are you, Bilal? Hope you're doing well. And if I have to choose one defender why Sula, Grimaldo, Hernandez, or Real Madrid defender want to have a clean sheet, I'll probably go for a Benfica defender because they can also get you attacking returns. I'm also not sure if I should take a hit. Hi, by the how are you? Alan, nice seeing you again. Brother, nice seeing you again. Javob, nice seeing you again. Sharma, as always. How are your teams looking for match day 6? Before any more questions come in, let me just quickly go through how my team is looking. I still have a transfer to make. I will decide on that one. So at the moment, I have Adan in goal. He's going to stick there. I'm not going to change any goalkeepers. In terms of defense, I have Ronaldo, Alfonso Davies, and Cancelo. Cancelo will probably not play, but there's always a chance that he'll get 1 minute, maybe come on or get subbed off in the 5th minute. For now, I'm going to keep him for now because I have other things to sort out. Musiala, Barella, Kudus, and Kvaratskhelia in midfield. The 3 will start. Kudus, Ajax have confirmed that Kudus will start, so that is good news for my team. In terms of Musiala, I really doubt he starts, so that is another problem in my team at the moment. And then up front, I've already made a sub. Haaland is out. I already took him out yesterday. For Rafa Silva and then Alvarez, I think he'll start since Haaland is out now. And then Mbappe will start as well. In terms of the bench, Kostic will play. Valverde will play, Guerrero will not play. So I've made 1 transfer, but I still have like 2 problems in my team, or 3. Guerrero, Cancelo, and Musiala. Now, for Cancelo, I think he will play some part. He doesn't have to, but he will feature. And in a match day like this, even that 1 point, you can take it, especially in my situation where I do not like taking hits at all, especially if I have like 13, 14 players already. If I take out Guerrero here and bring in a defender, my team is looking good. But I'm also thinking of just keeping Guerrero in my team anyway and just leaving him on the bench and then taking out Musiala because I rather bring in a midfielder than a defender. And looking at that fixture from Barcelona, I seriously thought about Rafinha from Barcelona, but he's not a midfielder in the game. He's a forward in the Champions League fantasy, and that totally pulled me out of that. If he was a midfielder, Rafinha would be in my team already for that match day 6 because I know he's going to be playing. I know he's definitely going to play when they play Victoria Pilsen. But the problem is he's a striker in the game, and I already have Mbappe, Rafa Silva, and Alvarez, and I don't have any problems there. So I am thinking of other players from Barcelona. I am thinking of Salah as well from Liverpool. I will decide, but that is if I take out Musiala. But as you can see, I have a defensive problem with Guerrero and Cancelo at the moment, so I might have to bring in a defender. But I have a feeling Pilsen could score against Barcelona. Napoli will definitely score against Liverpool, so that is kind of a problem. I told you guys, like, limitless chip, it's always best to use it in match day 6 unless you had to use it. Look at how much money you have in the bank, 9.2 million. Literally, you can bring on anyone, but that one player is a headache. Like, I'm thinking of so many players to bring in for this last match day. I'm even thinking of a -4, but we'll see what to do with that. And let me see what you guys are saying. How are you going to transfer out Davis and Cancelo, says Javob? Probably not. I'm going to keep Davis in the team. Cancelo as well. I might just keep him in the team because he will be in the team, not starting or maybe coming on. I don't care. 1 point is enough for me in this kind of a match day. I will keep him because I have players that might not play at all, like Guerrero and Musiala. So those are the ones I'm going to probably take out and then have 13 players and then just keep the 2 on the bench. Nick Footy says, will Lewandowski start? Lewandowski didn't travel to Czech Republic, so he's out already. Liad says, should I take Rafa or Grimaldo? If I take Rafa, who's a good non-Benfica defender. Also, I would take Rafa Silva because he's recently been scoring a lot of goals as well. He scored, I think, against PSG. He scored against Juventus. He scored against FC Porto, and they had the big game when they won, I think, which was 2-1 or something like that. He scored as well in that day. So I would go for him in this fixture. I think they have to go for it. They have to try and score goals to get past PSG, especially if PSG win their game as well, because they have the tied. They are tied in terms of head-to-head. So I'll definitely try and go for Rafa Silva. In terms of non-Benfica defender, I mean, there's a couple of defenders you can go for. We can wait for the team news from Leverkusen and FC Porto in the next few minutes, or Atletico Madrid as well. You could go for players like Sergi Gomez from Man City. I think he will play in this one as well for them up against Sevilla. Sharma says Guerrero has been the worst inclusion in my team. I have to say for myself as well. I mean, he did get an assist, and the day I brought him in, he got an assist, so it's not really bad. I think he got a goal actually against Sevilla, if I'm not wrong. I had him, he got a goal, but after that, it's been a disaster. Basically, since I played my wildcard, it has been a disaster, and I think it has been the same for many of you because the injuries. Literally, I played my wildcard in match day 4. Match day 4, yeah, 3, sorry, 3, and then 4, everyone was injured. Like, that is how bad it went. Holmer says, should I take a hit for Otamendi in, Guerrero out, or Bellingham in, Musiala out? I wouldn't bring in Bellingham. Like, they've already finished second in that group. So if you bring in Bellingham for Musiala, you're risking getting 1 point. Bellingham might play 45 minutes in that game and get subbed off. And I have a feeling he will not start in that game. They don't have anything to play for. They have a busy period coming on, and if the coach cares about him and his World Cup ambitions, there's no need of playing him in this game. He's played a lot, so Musiala as well. But probably go for the defensive one. Otamendi in for Guerrero, since Guerrero is definitely out, and Otamendi can get you recovery points and stuff like that. Yep, Lewandowski has been rested. Let's see. Bilal says, I have Lewandowski and Haaland. Also, Guerrero, should I take a hit? And if yes, should I go for Rafa Silva, Leao, and Grimaldo? Again, for the strikers, I'm not going to give you a direct answer. You can literally go for any of them, whichever you prefer. I feel like Benfica will get goals against Maccabi Haifa, and I feel like AC Milan will get goals against Salzburg. Although I feel Benfica have the easier fixture than AC Milan. I don't expect AC Milan to beat Salzburg by like 4-0 or 5-0 or anything like that. So Leao and Rafa Silva, any of them is okay. It's literally up to you to decide who you want to go for. Grimaldo is definitely okay. If you're choosing one from that, I'd go for Rafa Silva. But if you're trying to decide on strikers between Rafa Silva, Leao, even someone like Giroud is not a bad idea. You literally just decide on whoever you want in terms of that. I need someone who plays today as a defender. I mean, let's wait for the team news from the first games. Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, those teams. I mean, Ronaldo is not a bad option in terms of recovery points. They still have to qualify for Europa League. You can probably get a Leverkusen player. Which games do we have at night today? We have Rangers, Ajax. Definitely avoid that one. Marseille, Tottenham, I would avoid that one. Liverpool, Napoli, I think both teams will score a lot of goals in that one. Pilsen, Barcelona is good. I think Marcos Alonso will start for Barcelona if you're feeling brave, Vatican. What about Ferran Torres? I have thought about him, Alan. But the thing is, I feel like Rafinha is a better option than Ferran Torres. I'm pretty sure he will take a free kick. Ferran Torres won't take a free kick. I'm sure Rafinha will take a corner. Ferran Torres won't. Although Ferran Torres can play as a forward, as a striker, I know he's a good option. And he's also is a midfielder in the game. So he might end up being in my team as well. Anyway, Ferran Torres. But I really wanted Rafinha to be a midfielder. I would have gone for him. Pedro says Rudiger, Perisic, Theo, or Chilwell. Rudiger against Celtic, Perisic. No, I think Marseille will score in that game. Theo on penalties, definitely not Chilwell. Chelsea, it's impossible to predict who Chelsea are going to start. Like I've tried the last 4 or 5 games, it is impossible. He can go in the back 5. He might decide to go to a back 4 this time around because they lost heavily against Brighton. They can literally do anything. So I would avoid Chelsea defenders. Even Kepa did not train today, so even Kepa route is a bit of a risk because Kepa did not train today. Mendy might play the next day, and Kepa was subbed off the other day anyway. So all those are risks for Chelsea. I would probably go for Theo Jose. I think it is. Ezin says, I've also 10 million. Should I go for -8? It depends on how the rest of your team looks, Ezin. As I said, if you have like 13 players or if you have 12 players and you're thinking of taking a -8 so you can have 15, I wouldn't do that. I think a -4 would be enough to have 14 players and then just leave one of them on the bench. How much should I answered that one. Sterling hold or sell, says Jupiter. Probably sell. I don't think he will start. I'm thinking they'll go with ZH and maybe Pulisic, Broja, or maybe Aubameyang, those guys who haven't been playing recently. Any thoughts on Perisic? I mean, he's on set pieces, and I think Tottenham will kind of approach that game defensively because they only need a draw. If they win, they finish top of the group, but if they draw, they still qualify, so they might approach that game defensively, but Marseille will go for it. So I think Marseille will score. And also, there's that shocking thing about yesterday night that the fans from Marseille were putting off fireworks at night so that the Tottenham players don't sleep near their hotel. So that is crazy. Maybe the Tottenham players didn't sleep well at all, Vatican, so I would avoid those Tottenham players. Will Sane play hard? He was back in training. Nah, they've already qualified. There's literally no need for the coach to play him. Marcus, what is the better move, Hakimi plus Leao or Messi plus Theo? So I'll go with the second one, Alan. Who is the best forward to buy? There's Giroud, there's Leao, there's Silva, whichever you prefer from that one. Even Rafinha is actually is actually a forward in the game, so you can go for him if you prefer. What would be your first defender pick with no money budget for this match day? I'd go for a Benfica defender, probably Grimaldo. If I was making a wildcard team or limitless team, my first pick would be Grimaldo as of now, because he scores free kicks, sometimes he takes corners, they have a good chance of keeping a clean sheet as well, and every time I see their game, either he gets a goal or a clean sheet and the recovery points as well. So either Benfica, him or Otamendi. Ezel says, shall I take out Kudus or Kvaratskhelia? Both of them will start, so I would just keep both of them. For Edwards of Sporting, I have a feeling we'll smash it tonight. It depends on the rest of your team, Ezel. Do you have, you literally have no other problem in your team, like everyone in your team is going to play? If yes, then you can afford to change things up. But then again, Rangers are playing Ajax. Ajax are playing Rangers. And you've seen how many goals the Rangers have been conceding. That is why I kept Kudus in my team. There was the risk of Kudus not playing and Brobbey starting. But I was happy to keep Kudus to come on for the second half and score goals against Rangers. We saw Salah doing the same against Rangers, coming on for 10 minutes and scoring like a 5-minute hat-trick or something like that. So with both of them starting, I expect Kudus and Kvaratskhelia to return. But if you don't have any other problems in your team, Ezel, then you can take whichever out to bring in Edwards from Sporting. But I wouldn't do it. Do you think it's worth taking a hit for transferring Salah from Musiala? Says Jevo. Yeah, if it's Salah to Musiala or Musiala to Salah, that's fine, Jevo. But if it's a -4, that is fine. I have no problem with that. I think the Liverpool-Napoli game, Liverpool have to win by 4-0 to finish top of that group. So they have to go for it. And we've seen Liverpool over the years. I remember them playing Barcelona. I remember them playing Dortmund at Anfield. Liverpool usually have the special nights at Anfield in the Champions League and the Europa League. They usually do it. So they will go for it, and you can expect a lot of goals here. I don't think they'll score the 4-0. They get the 4-0 against Napoli. Napoli have been brilliant this season, so I'm thinking 3-3 or 4-3. So there will be a lot of goals in that game for sure. That is the game to watch. If you're thinking about a game to watch this week, Liverpool, Napoli, that will be a very, very good transfer or game. Guyan says the best defender to buy, any defender from Benfica. Lucas says I have 2 free transfers, probably selling Haaland and KDB for Messi and Salah. That's not bad at all, Lucas, but I may go for Son on Kungu because I have Napoli players. I mean, if Tottenham take the approach of defending and counter-attacking, then for sure they can. Son can get chances to counter-attack for sure. So, but I think Nkunku has a better chance of returning more points in terms of Leipzig needing to win that game to finish and to go through. Tottenham can just defend, and if the game ends 0-0, it's enough for them. So I don't really, especially away from home in the Champions League, I don't trust Son to get you 2 goals or something like that. In this kind of a match, if you have those kind of luxury of making 2-3 transfers, I would go for someone who I'm thinking they can get 2-3 goals in that game. The likes of Liverpool, Napoli, maybe Ajax, maybe even Bayern Munich, those kind of teams, Barcelona. For Tottenham, I don't think they'll get more than 1 goal. I think I predicted 1-1, so I'm not sure they'll get a lot of goals there. Alan says, weird, it says that Pepe is likely to start on the UCL site. I mean, you get to see their team is in the next few minutes, not few minutes, in like an hour, Alan. So we'll get to see it. Porto, Atletico, Leverkusen, Club Brugge. We get to see their team news very, very soon. Antonio says Dyer or Perisic. Dyer was benched the other day, so I'd probably go for Perisic. Ronaldo or Grimaldo? Ronaldo, Grimaldo. Antonio says Leao or Alvarez. Leao, because Alvarez might get subbed off. He played the other day as well. So if it was between those two, I'd go for Leao because Leao has a better chance of playing 90 minutes. Messi or Kane? Messi. Kane or Rafinha? Rafinha has the easier fixture, but Kane is on penalty, so that's a difficult one. But in match day one, the reason I was left behind in match day one is because I was stupid enough to ignore Lewandowski against Victoria Pilsen and be like, you know what, I'm trusting Benzema. I'm going for Benzema against Celtic, and we all know what happened. Lewandowski scored a hat-trick, so it's tough to ignore that fixture, Diablo, so I'm going to go for Rafinha. Son or Salah? Salah. Tomorrow, Java. I'll do one tomorrow. Watch along tomorrow. I'm gonna make some shocking changes, says Sharma. Shock us all, Sharma. Shock us all. Take out Messi and Mbappe and bring in strikers from Maccabi Haifa. Shock us all, Sharma. That is how you will shock me. Antonio says have a limitless active who is captain. Depends on who you have, Antonio. The likes of Salah, not bad options. Today, Salah is not a bad option. Barcelona players, if you've brought in any Napoli players as well, I think they're both going to score in that game. And then tomorrow, the likes of Vinicius and anyone else we bring in, even Mahrez. I think Mahrez starts for Man City tomorrow, so I think that is good fixture for him as well. Although I'm not sure he's going to be taking penalties anymore. Abu Bakr says Messi or Lewandowski. That is very easy because Lewandowski didn't travel, so it's Messi. Liad, I'm thinking of taking Grimaldo because the Maccabi Haifa main right back is injured. Wow, Liad has done his research, so I think Grimaldo is great either way. Even if they had signed a new right back today, Liad. Kvara have a limitless active. I don't think it's a bad option at all, Antonio. I don't think it's a bad option, to be honest. I still feel like he can return. Your top front three options this week says Psycho, Rafa Silva, Mbappe still up against Juventus. I still think they will score in that game 2 or 3 goals, and probably Giroud. Do you expect Davis to start? 40%. He'll start 60%. He won't start. So I'm not confident he will start. The thing is, though, the reason I'm keeping Alphonso Davies as well is because they have a lot of injuries. Bayern, like Lucas Hernandez is injured. I think Sai is injured. There's another defender who's injured at Bayern Munich. They have like 4 defenders who are injured, so they don't have a lot of options to choose from. So I'm thinking Alphonso Davies will have to play a part in that game. It doesn't have to. They have Pavard, they have Mazraoui, but even coming on for 10, 20 minutes, that would be enough. Even that 3 points I'd take. Should I pick some defenders like Lorenzo at Napoli? Now, I think Liverpool will score goals, so there's no clean sheet there, but Di Lorenzo can get you an assist, as we've seen recently, can get you a goal, and it can also get you recovery points, so I don't think it's a bad option. If I was playing my limitless, I'd probably try and look for good options. I included him in my limitless team for this week in the video, but like there's other good options you can go for. If you don't want him, you don't have to go for him, but if you already had him in your team, you can keep him. Bilal says, do you think Benzema and KDB will start? Benzema probably, KDB, no, they don't have anything to play for. Javob says, I'm ready for the match day 3 transfer. Silva for Haaland, Salah for Musiala, Grimaldo for Cancelo, 0 in the bank. Javob, you are absolutely ready. That is great. The 3 players they brought on, definitely going to start. Is Mahrez starting? I would assume, because he didn't start the other day. So I think they will start with him, Alvarez, and maybe a youngster, maybe Palmer in midfield. Gundogan maybe as well, and they might go with Grealish too. They might give Foden a chance because Foden didn't start the other day, so they might give him like the first half alone. Do you think it's worth taking a hit for KDB for any midfield that isn't Napoli? It depends on how the rest of your team looks, though, Pedro. That's the thing. If you have like 13 players already, I wouldn't really take a hit. But I'm pretty sure KDB doesn't start. But there's always the chance that Guardiola might just want to bring him on for 20 minutes and he can come on and score a goal in 20 minutes. Man City are playing tomorrow, right? Tomorrow. I think playing tomorrow, tomorrow is a bit of a risk. So if that is the only problem in the team, you can take him out because the chances of him starting are very, very minimal. Kada says Sane or Salah. Sane won't play. Django says Bellingham and Kudus out for Zielinski and Mudrik for -8. Why though, Django? Kudus will definitely start. I wouldn't take out Kudus. Bellingham is fine for -4, but Kudus definitely starts. And I don't think it's a good idea to take out Kudus against Rangers. I think I'm also going for that game to be something like 4-3 as well. Since match day 1, I've said that group will have a lot of goals, and you've had a lot of those. Liverpool scored 7 against Rangers. Napoli scored 4 against Liverpool. There was 6 against Ajax as well, Napoli. Op says, please help. Go ahead, buddy. Juggler or Rafa Silva? Definitely not Juggler. Rafa Silva. I mean, Juggler is not a bad option. If you already had Juggler in your team, this team that they're playing, Leverkusen, they almost every single match I watch for Leverkusen, they concede at least 2 goals. Like, I think the last 6 games they've conceded 2 goals like 5 times. So the Club Brugge can get a chance to score in that game. So if you already had Jagger, you can keep him. But if you're trying to decide on the 2 on a wildcard on Limitless, Rafa Silva. Ray, how are you? I have Haaland, Sane, Guerrero, Neuer. Oh my goodness. All are injured, home to swap. I hopefully still have your transfers. It's not the end of the world. Haaland and Sane, the keeper, if your other goalkeeper is playing, keep the keeper. I'm not trying to rap, by the way. Keep the keeper. Haaland, Sane, Guerrero probably will be the ones I take out. First, if you don't have to take a minus, then you can take out Haaland and Sane because you can get midfielders and strikers for that price, high price. Neuer, you can just leave him on the bench. Now, you don't have to take him out. Would you expect Lewandowski to be benched? Lewandowski didn't travel, so if you have Lewandowski in your team, that is the first person to take out. Lewandowski will definitely not play a single minute. Is a -8 worth it for Salah and Vini? Yes, but again, it depends on how the rest of your team looks. But for those 2 players you bring on without looking at the rest of your team, I don't think that's a bad idea. Antonio says Leao, Giroud. Probably Giroud, because if Theo Hernandez is not on the pitch, he'll probably take the penalty. But Giroud is also a threat from set pieces and stuff like that. So I think Theo Hernandez will be on the pitch anyway. Second thought, it can't be that shocking either, Shea Sharma. Cancelo to Vasquez for -4. Nah, surely there's better defenders, Psycho. Surely there's better defenders than Vasquez for this match day. Marcus says Kepa, Lloris. Kepa probably won't play. I think Mendy will start. Kepa went off the other day and he didn't train today, so that's the issue. It's Chelsea. Grimaldo, Gomez, Cancelo, Upamecano, Guerrero. Yeah, like 2 problems there. Kvara, Vini, Kunku, Bellingham, Kudus, Messi, Mbappe. Thought says Marcus. So strikers, you can keep them. Messi, Mbappe, Jagler will probably all play. Kudus will play, Nkunku will play, Vinicius will play. Bellingham, a massive risk. Defensively, keeper, you can keep Lloris alone. You can leave Kepa on the bench. You can go with 1 goalkeeper. Gomez will play. Cancelo might not. First of all, I'd try and take the players who are definitely not going to play, and that is probably Guerrero. And from that, I'd take out Guerrero and Bellingham, Marcus. And if you want to take a -4, then probably Cancelo out after that. Nesh says, Costa, by the way, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. We are close to 1,500 subscribers. I don't know if you've gotten there already. Nesh says, Costa, Con, Cancelo, Kostic, Van Dijk. We are 2 away. Nuno Tavares, Kvaratskhelia, Kudus, Gnabry, Rodrigo, Bellingham, Jagler, Rafinha, Rafa Silva. 2 free transfers. You should I take a hit? Captain choice for match day 6, day 1. So 2 free transfers. Just goalkeepers, you're okay. Defensively, you have 3 that are going to play. Kudus, Gnabry. I don't think this is a bad team. Obviously, Bellingham might still play 45 minutes in this game, so this is not a bad team. From that, I wouldn't take a -4. And then captain from your team, Kudus is a good option. He's going to start. They're playing today, right? Kudus, Ajax. Yeah, they're playing today. So Kudus is not a bad option against Rangers. Today, if you have the players that you have today, if you have good enough players playing tomorrow, today you can literally take a risk. Today, the final day, match day 6. If you're trying to close the gap and everything, you can literally go for anyone in your team. Go for anyone, captain today. Feel free. You can go for a defender if you prefer. Literally anyone you want, you can go for today. Do you think I should transfer Angiza? Say Shama, transfer him out or in? What do you mean, Shama? If you already have him in your team, I think he will play. I think he might play in this one. Up says, please see my team. Juggler, Mbappe, Silva, that is okay. Musiala, Bellingham, Barella, Varadona, Davis, Kostic, Nuno Mendes, Silla, Valverde, Cancelo, Dan still got one transfer. So Valverde will play. Davis is a risk. Musiala is a risk. Bellingham is a risk. Cancelo is a risk. So you have like four problems there. Even Barella, I also have Barella, but I'm thinking he'll also play a part in this game. They've got those kind of players that can play every single game. At least you don't have any problems with your forward line. Bellingham has a better chance of starting than Musiala. But as I said, Bayern Munich have a lot of injuries. Like the last like 1 month, they've been having like 6-5 players on the bench only because they've had a lot of players missing here and there. So I still think Musiala might play a few minutes in this one. So I'd probably take out Cancelo, and if it's one transfer remaining, probably Bellingham is on. I'd take out. I think he's going to be rested. But both Bellingham and Musiala could be rested. That is the thing. It is so hard to predict. It's definitely high. It's impossible to predict. Vinicius or Rodrigo, says Antonio. Vinicius. I have 12 players playing for sure, worth taking a hit for KDB. Or if you have 12 players playing for sure, I mean, you can go for 13th, so you can take a hit to take out KDB. Yes. Should I transfer out Bellingham or Barella if I take a -4 hit? I mean, Barella does have a tough fixture against Bayern, but if both teams rotate, then I wouldn't be surprised if that game ended like 2-2. So I'll probably take out Bellingham from that one. Do you think Raspadori will be on the bench, says John? Osimhen scored a hat trick, so I think he will start in this one. I think Raspadori will come on in the second half. The thing with Napoli, I absolutely love watching Napoli. They're very entertaining, but the rotation that goes on over there, it's crazy. Like today it's Raspadori, tomorrow it's Osimhen, tomorrow it's Politano playing. The next day Zielinski is coming off at halftime. The next day Kvaratskhelia is on the bench. The next day Lozano is starting. Like they have a lot of good players in that team, so anyone can play. But Raspadori, is the 45-minute guy, so he will either start the game and get subbed off at halftime or come on at halftime. Mane for Bayern, says Robert. I think he will play a part, but I'm thinking he's going to start on the bench. Ezel says Rafa Silva or Taremi. Taremi has a good fixture. Atletico Madrid are not good at all, so thanks in advance. I appreciate it. I'd go for Rafa Silva because Maccabi Haifa is slightly easier than Atletico Madrid, but Taremi is not a bad option as well. I would expect them to. I don't expect Atletico Madrid to win that game, so FC Porto is a better option. So Rafa Silva first, though. Grimaldo for Alonso. Oh, you have those for. Wait, Grimaldo for. Wait, Brandon, I don't understand that question. Do you mean you have Grimaldo, or you want to take him out, or do you want to bring in Grimaldo? Grimaldo for Zaidu, Sulese, Mekano, Alonso. First of all, I wouldn't take out Grimaldo if that is the question, but Alonso is also a good option for this week. I need to swap Guerrero. I have Davis, Cavallal, Cancelo, Major. Who would you go for? I was thinking Grimaldo. What other options do you suggest? I need to swap Guerrero. I have Davis, Cavallal. I'd probably go for. You don't have a Benfica defender, so I'd go for a Benfica defender for Guerrero. I was thinking Grimaldo. Yes, Grimaldo or Otamendi. Kudus or Bellingham. Kudus because he's going to start. I've seen an Ajax account confirming that Kudus will start, so I would keep him. I'd rather keep the one who's definitely going to start. Rafa or Rafinha. Rafa Silva still. Rafa or Messi. I'd still go for Rafa. Will Rodrigo play? Yes. Real Madrid still have to finish top of that group, so I wouldn't expect them to do a lot of rotation. Shan says most differential play I think is worth risking this match day. Please, most differential player. Sergi Gomez, Man City. I don't know how many people have Mahrez, but really Rafinha, Ferran Torres from Barcelona. That fixture, I think both of them start. So Rafinha. If you don't have any striking problems, if you have striking problems, you can bring in Rafinha. I think Rafinha is the best differential, but the thing is, I really want Rafinha, but as you can see, my forward line, I don't have a problem with the forward line, and I have problems with my defense, so I can't really go for Rafinha and then take out Mbappe. It's impossible. You're welcome. Ops, will Mane start to be rotated? I would expect him to be rotated. Ray. Damian says, Kudos, Nkunku, Jorginho, Goretzka. That is your midfield. You're asking for one. If it's one from that, Nkunku. But if that is your midfield, not bad. Do you think Cancelo will play this game? I think he will play. I don't think he will play a lot. So I'm saying 45 minutes and then get subbed off, or start on the bench and come in. If they are drawing or losing, he might come on for the last 20 minutes. So I think he will be part of the game. Maybe 20, 30 minutes or 45 minutes in the first half. But in terms of the risk of him, especially because they're playing on the second day, if he starts and then 45 minutes goes and they're leading 2-0, he will be subbed off. So you're going to get 1 point or 2 points. That's the problem. You're not going to get his clean sheet because he's not going to play enough minutes. That is the problem. Simeone or Osimhen? Simeone scored in the last Champions League game, but I think Osimhen starts. I don't think Simeone will start in this one. A lot of people are asking for best defenders for this match day. Barcelona, Alonso, I think, and Bellerin will start if you're feeling very differential. Theo Hernandez against Salzburg is not bad at all. Chelsea is very hard to predict. That is the problem with Chelsea. Although if I was to choose a Chelsea defender who's going to start this match day in that fixture, Nguyen, it's going to be Azpilicueta. I think Azpilicueta will start in this one. So if you're feeling brave, you can go for Azpilicueta or Theo Hernandez or those guys. Simeo, I've read that one. Or shall I take Bellingham? Bellingham is a risk, Ray. Do you think Rafinha will start? Yes, Bilal. I think Xavi will go for Dembele, Ferran Torres, and Fati. Do they really have to play Dembele, though? He's been playing a lot in La Liga, so I don't think. Rafinha came on the other day and assisted against which team are they playing? Forgotten which team Barcelona are playing, but he came on and assisted the goal, right? So I think he will start in this one, and Dembele will be rested. Ali says any two forwards to replace Haaland and Lewandowski have juggler. Any two forwards, Rafa Silva, and one striker from AC Milan, the one you prefer, Giroud or Leao. Best option for a third striker if I have Messi and Mbappe, Rafa Silva, Shaheen. Mbappe, Taremi, good options, not bad. Robert says, do you think captain cost is a good idea? I mean, Willie save penalties every day, but he's been on form. So he's playing on the first day. So as I said, Robert, if the player is playing on the first day, like right now, you can go for him. You're talking about Diogo Costa, right? The goalkeeper, so you can go for him, no problem. I've answered that one. Will Bellingham take part in this match day? I think, but not as much as you want. I'm thinking 30 to 45 minutes. Rowan says, who do you think I should transfer out Haaland for? Lewandowski or Silva? Silva. Lewandowski is out. Best replacement for Neymar. If you don't already have a player from PSG, then Messi or Mbappe, if you can go to Mbappe's price. Ray says, I have 15 million. If it's another team, Ian, you can go for someone like Rafa Silva. I have 15 million, which midfielder to take playing today. You want a midfielder who's playing today? I think Salah is a good option. If you still want to have money in your bank. Ferran Torres is a differential. I think he will start, but the thing is, for the Barcelona fans watching this, I'm scared that Ferran Torres might start and then get subbed off at halftime. I don't know about his injury record recently and stuff like that, so I'm worried that he might start and then get subbed off in the 45th minute. That is a problem. But from today, Salah, I think is going to be a high-scoring game in that one. Ray. Rafinha, Jagla, Kudus for captaincy. Again, Nesh, all three of those players will start, whichever you prefer. Today, you can take anyone. Instinct says Rafinha, but round 1.14 gives Kudus the advantage. Nesh, go with your gut feeling. Go with your instinct. Whichever is okay from there. Because it's the first day, whichever is fine. If I was to choose two for you to choose from, I'd probably say Kudus and Rafinha and avoid Jagla. Choose from Rafinha and Kudus. Brandon says, I have Simekan, Sula, Alonso, Adair, and Zaidu. Who should I replace with Grimaldo? Maybe Sula. Alan says, in my opinion, best differential, hear me out, to Reina. Reina That's Dortmund. I mean, yeah, not bad option because I mean, the last time they played Copenhagen, they scored a bunch of goals. But then, Alan, I thought about even Thorgan Hazard as well, but Copenhagen at home, Man City didn't score, and Sevilla didn't score, so they've kept 2 clean sheets at home this season. Copenhagen, so Dortmund having gone through, I would not be surprised if that game ended 0-0. Like, I'd not be surprised at all. Best captain for today, any player from Barcelona, any player from Liverpool Napoli game, whichever is okay. Do you know which goalkeeper will start for Dortmund? Dortmund don't have anything to play for, so maybe they'll bring in the goalkeeper that was playing in match day 2 and 3. Probably not Kobel. Lucy says, hi Glenn, how are you? I don't know if I should go for Messi or Leao when I have Mbappe ready from PSG. When I have Mbappe, I don't know if I should go for Messi or Leao when I have Mbappe from. Probably go for Leao to make things different. Alan, who is the best keeper for today? Costa, FC Porto, not a bad option. Black, how you says Mudrik, Kvaratskhelia, Salah, Rodrigo, Vinicius. Do I need to swap anyone? Mudrik, Kvaratskhelia, Salah, Rodrigo, Vinicius. No, Black. Your midfield is looking good. That is the kind of midfield I would dream about today. Nabri, a good pickup. I mean, he might play, but I'm thinking Coman will start. Coman, Muller, maybe. He has a chance of playing, so I think it's a good. But if I was playing a limitless, I probably wouldn't go for him because that fixture is also not that easy. Should I transfer Thiago Silva? Transfer him in or out? What do you mean, in or out? If it's in, I wouldn't. Thiago Silva, Chelsea will rotate. Like, I wouldn't even expect Thiago Silva to play though. I think they will go for someone like Koulibaly and someone else. Stuart says, I'm from Georgia. Like Kvaratskhelia, you have a star there, right there. Stuart, that's a very good player. And people here are predicting that he will score today. I hope we both will be happy after the Napoli game. I think Napoli will score. Napoli have been playing really, really good, and Kvaratskhelia has been brilliant this season. Man, I've seen Napoli players saying he's better than Insigne. So Napoli fans saying he's better than Insigne and Martins, and those are players who've been there for years. So that is a star. I think he starts, he scores as well, Stuart. Mayor, Ederson, Ederson will probably get rotated. Reynaldo, Silla, Theo Hernandez, Hakimi, Otamendi, Bellingham, Joao Mario, Nkunku, Kvaratskhelia, Badvine, Leao, Neymar, Lewandowski. 2 free transfers. Take out the strikers that are not going to play. Lewandowski and Neymar. You literally can bring on anyone you want. Messi, you can bring on Mbappe, you can bring on Leao, you can bring on Giroud. Any of those players you can bring on. If you even trust Liverpool that much and you're feeling brave, you can even go for Firmino, Nunes if you want. Lucy says, is it a good choice to captain Mane today? I wouldn't captain him. No, I would go for the players that I'm sure are going to start. Should I take a hit to transfer Cancelo? Most of my players expected to play. If you have like 13, 14 players who are going to play, no, just keep him in your team because he might still play like 45 minutes. So those 2-3 points on your bench, you can just keep them there. Who should I replace for Nabri? I have Son, Salah, and Vinicius. Need 2 more midfielders at least. Who should I replace? Nabri? Do you mean you want to get in Nabri? I wouldn't get in Nabri. But if you really want to get him in, Brandon, Son, Salah, Vinicius, which other midfielders should you go for? Napoli midfielders still don't think it's a bad idea. Kvaratskhelia, Joao Mario from Benfica is not a bad idea at all as well. Ferran Torres, if you're feeling differential from Barcelona, you can go for it. If you're even feeling more differential, I think Ziyech will start for Chelsea as well. So whichever you prefer. Resnot says my defense is Di Lorenzo, Kostic, Tsimikas, Akanji, Reynaldo. Is it worth taking a -4 for the likes of Grimaldo, someone else? Tsimikas. I don't think Tsimikas will start. Akanji, Reynaldo. I mean, the others will start. So, no, if that is your defense, Resnot, and you don't have any other problems in your team, you can survive without Grimaldo. You can just pray that he doesn't do anything. Listen, I'm not my kind of approach to the game is different because I don't like hits. So my advice on hits would be a bit different because, as I told you guys, I've been playing FPL for like 7 years and I've only ever taken like 4 hits. So you can see my approach on hits. I only take hits when things are bad. Like like 100% sure those players are not playing, and I have like 8 players in FPL. That is when I'll take a hit. And in the Champions League fantasy, I do not like taking hits unless literally everyone is injured and I've already played all my chips. I wouldn't. So your defense is okay. So you can just hope that Grimaldo doesn't do anything in that game, especially hits for defenders. I'm not sure. What defender would you add? I have Nuno, Silva, Ramos, Cancelo. Can't add Benfica. So Alon cannot add Benfica. I mean, Tavares is playing as a wing back. I think they have to go for that game, Marseille, but he did disappoint us at the beginning of the season. You can even go for Trent. I think it's going to be a scoring game and you can get attacking returns if you prefer. Chelsea defender who's going to start as Piliqueta is not bad at all. Barcelona defender who's going to start Marcos Alonso. So Alon, any from those options I've given you. I've already have Thiago Silva. Should I take a hit? Says again, depends on how many players you have. If you have like 13, 14 players, you can just leave Thiago Silva on the bench. But if you have a lot of problems in your team and you don't have enough defenders playing, there's still a chance Thiago Silva might play. So I wouldn't really take a hit or something like that to take him out. Should I swap Rafinha for Messi? No. Whichever you have, you definitely, you have Messi. I'm assuming Black, you want to bring in Rafinha. No, you do not take out the goats in football. You do not do that. He's going to punish you. You know this guy is Messi, Ronaldo. If you take them out, Lewandowski, you're going to watch him score a hat-trick, Black, and you're going to be crying. So just don't do it. The one that hurts most is taking a player out and then they score a hat-trick than the one that you didn't have and you are thinking about bringing them on and you didn't. The one that you swap out and you transfer them out and then you score a hat-trick, that one usually hurts more. So I'd rather just keep Messi. Harry Kane, a good option. I mean, yes, he's on penalties and all that, but I don't think they're going to get more than one goal in this game. So I think there are better options. Ian, is there any defender under 5.6 million worth taking a hit? Take a hit to get out Guerrero? I mean, again, Marcus, those defenders from Benfica, Otamendi, Grimaldo, not bad options at all. And I'm waiting for the team news from Leverkusen and FC Porto and Atletico Madrid. Ronaldo also can get you a lot of recovery points. So even if they don't keep a clean sheet, it's not the end of the world. Then you can even go to like 4.1 million with Sergio Gomez, 4.2 million there from Man City. Who is the best captain choice between Salah? Today, Salah, Lucy. Bellingham to Ferran Torres for -4. Ferran Torres for -4, Django. I'm probably going to think about bringing on Ferran Torres, but for -4, man, I'm a bit scared that Bellingham might play 45 minutes and then get a goal, and then Ferran Torres plays 45 minutes and gets subbed off with no goal. So that would probably hurt. If you don't have any other problems in your team, don't do it. But again, this is match day 6. If you're trying to close a gap or anything, feel free, you can do it, because I think Ferran Torres will definitely start. Liad says, would you take out Bellingham -4 hit for Salah on Nkunku? If you take Salah, is he a better captain than Kvaratskhelia? If it's Salah and Nkunku if it's Salah for a -4, I would do it. So Django, if it was Salah instead of Ferran Torres, I'd probably take a -4. But Ferran Torres has not really done much for me to trust him that much, although he might still end up coming into my team. Salah definitely is okay. I think he is a better captain, Liad, because he's on penalties. I think Kvaratskhelia might take a penalty as well. So Salah because he's at home. Rangers mudded. Yes, I think they're going to concede a bunch of goals. Need a midfielder that plays on Wednesday other than Vinicius, says Brandon, on Wednesday other than Vinicius. Mudryk, Shakhtar, Nkunku, Leipzig, Ziyech, Chelsea, but Ziyech is a massive risk. Benfica, Joao Mario, Man City, Mahrez, Dortmund, nope, I wouldn't go there. Those are the options. Those are like 5 options for you, Brandon, any of those teams from Wednesday. Pradan says, help me replace Haaland, KDB. Help me replace. Give me your password. I'm kidding. Help you replace Haaland and Mbappe. So you're thinking of players to bring in it's the same. KDB, if you want another Man City player, you can go for Mahrez or Gundogan. You can also go for Salah from Liverpool. And striker-wise, Leao from AC Milan. You can also go for Giroud. You can also go for Rafinha from Barcelona. Lucy says, do you know when we can start playing World Cup Fantasy? I'm assuming maybe over the weekend. When it's live, I'll do a video right away for it. So I don't know if they're waiting for the Champions League to end or something like that, but I'm getting closer. Help me replay. I'll answer that one. I don't do FPL content because I just don't have time to do it with all the other content I do. And FPL takes a lot of commitment, though. Like FPL is a lot of work. Like if I did FPL content for 2 years and it's a lot of work, the research, it literally won't give you time to do Champions League content and running the other channels that I have. It's really difficult. In terms of rank, I think I'm like 600k. It's not been a great season. But I've climbed rank the last couple of match days. Why do you think Lewandowski out today? Because he didn't travel. That is why, Power. Because he didn't travel. Do you think Napoli can reach the final? Or are there any dishes that will obstruct them? Oh yeah, final is difficult. When you start coming up against Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, the experience, then it's pretty difficult. Like Napoli is very good, but I still think if they play Bayern Munich today, they won't win that game. Those teams are very experienced, but I think they'll do well. I think they'll get if they have a good draw, they could get to the quarterfinal. Now, if they get the likes of Chelsea, the likes of which other team has gone through from Spain, teams have gone out, a lot of them. If they face the likes of Sporting or FC Porto, such kind of teams, even Chelsea, I would actually go for Napoli. But the thing is, when they go to like the Real Madrids and the Bayern Munichs and even Man City, it becomes a bit difficult. But I think they will have a good season. I would go for them to reach the quarterfinal at least. Sell Vlahovic or sell Musiala, and who should I buy? Then says Rajan. I'll probably sell Musiala because Vlahovic will probably start. Beto says forward for 10 million. Messi. How much is Messi right now? Did he go up in price? Messi, how much is Messi PSG? Yeah, Messi's 10.5 million, so that's a bit expensive. I'll probably go for Leao from that price range betters. Rafa Silva, Messi. Oh, that's a hard one, but Rafa Silva because he has an easier fixture. Mohammed says who replaced Haaland in the best? Who to replace Haaland in the best midfield choices? Haaland, Giroud, same answer. Giroud, Leao, Rafinha, any of those guys. Midfielders, Salah, Real Madrid midfielders, Vinicius, Rodrigo, all those guys are good options. Best captain for today, Rafinha, Bajvine, or Kvaratskhelia. I would go for the risk. I'd go for Rafinha. Zielinski, or Kvaratskhelia, Modric, or Son. Modric, last time they played against Leipzig, they scored 4 goals, and this time they're at home. So I'm thinking Shakhtar will get at least 2 goals, so I'd probably go for him. How are you doing, Teza? Nice seeing you. I'll transfer out Haaland for Messi and Guerrero for Ronaldo and see what will happen. That's not bad at all, Rowan. Go for it. Rangers got about 10 first-team players injured. I mean, even if they had them, though, they've had a terrible season in the Champions League. This is my first UCL season. Is 385 a good score for sure, brother? And when you play it more and more, you get more experienced. When you're playing it for the first season, you might forget to make your subs on Wednesday. You might forget to change your captain, but the more experience you get, I think the game will become more popular. I think right now there's like almost 2 million people playing it. I have a feeling like in the next 2 years, FPL will have like 20 million and Champions League Fantasy will have 5-6 million. So it will grow. And by the time a lot of people are catching up with it, you will have the experience. So 385 is not bad. It's great. Game week 5 was something, 37 points. Don't worry, Teza. Everyone does have those kind of match days when no one wants to score a goal. Is Sane back or still injured? He is back in training, but I don't expect him to play. Simakan, Michele, Silva, Grimaldo, do you think I should swap anyone? No, I'm okay. Michelle, I think Club Brugge still need to win and need to draw to finish top of. I think they need to win to finish top of their group. So I think Leverkusen will score against them though. So there's no clean sheet there. If you have transfers remaining, then you can probably take out Michelle and bring anyone else if you don't have any other problems. But if you already made your 2 transfers and you don't really have anyone else to If you made your two transfers and you already have like 13, 14 players, just keep them. Haaland replacement says Islam. I have Messi and Jagler. Liao or Giroud. Best striker for 10 million. Answer that the same. Liao. Lucy says the fact that still 34% of people still own Lewandowski, they'll be in for a surprise. Yeah, he's totally out. I didn't expect him to play even before I saw he didn't travel. I knew he was not going to play in this one. So I wouldn't really have thought about bringing him in because they've already gone through. There's no need of playing him. But there was the feeling of, I think he's close to 100 Champions League goals, if I'm not wrong. So if he wants to catch up with Messi and Ronaldo in terms of that, he has to play in such kind of games because Messi and Ronaldo always played in such kind of games. And if you check the hat tricks, like I think Messi scored a hat trick against Pilsen back in 2011. So such kind of games is where those players got their hat tricks. Yes, Messi and Ronaldo scored against the bigger teams as well in the Champions League. But if you check those games, Ronaldo against Copenhagen, Messi against Pilsen, they scored 5, 4, 3 goals, hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. So they got a lot of goals in that. So I was thinking Lewandowski might want to play to add into his stats, but he didn't travel. Best replacement for Musiala, any Madrid midfielder, any Napoli midfielder. Again, Rajani, I can only answer that question if I know which other midfielders you have. I love your content. Thanks for going through every comment. That's not easy. Wish you the best, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I always go through every single comment because, you don't really have to be here. So you're here watching. So the least I can do is to read all the comments. There's a lot. There's not a lot of Champions League fantasy content, but you don't really have to be here. So you chose to be here. So I appreciate it. Zelo says, what two strikers would you suggest between Messi, Lewandowski, and Rafa Silva? Lewandowski is out to Zelo, so the other two. Striker for 10 million apart from Liao. Giroud, his teammate, is also good. 10 million is a lot. So I don't actually think there's a lot of strikers at 10 million, if I'm not wrong. There's not too many strikers at 10 million who are definitely going to play. It's always the likes of Lewandowski, Haaland, and all of them won't play. So if you have 10.5, maybe Messi, but I'd probably choose Giroud. There's not too many players options from in that price range. Ian. Picked Salah over Ansu Fati. Think I might regret this. I don't think he will. I think Salah will score. The problem with players like Ansu Fati, how long are they going to play? Because he's had injury problems, so I'm not sure how long he's going to. They're trying to protect him, so since he got his injuries, Costa, Porto, Zelo, goalkeeper. Still have my limitless. Should I go for it or just take a -4? Again, Bilal, it depends on who you have in your team. If you have like 13 players who you're sure are going to start, you already have players like Rafinha. After you making your transfers, you already had Grimaldo, you already had Van Dijk, you already had Kvaratskhelia. You don't have to. But the problem with playing your limitless later on, there's no problem with playing it later on, limitless or wildcard, because maybe Liverpool get an easy fixture in the round of 16 and Napoli get an easier fixture in the round of 16. And in match day 8 in the second leg, maybe they're both at home. And you're like, I really want to get players from these 3 teams, Salah, Jota by then, Luis Diaz. Then the limitless chip will help you because people might not be able to get those players. But right now is the best time, Bilal, because just look at how many people are struggling. People are taking hits, -4, -8. People are trying to choose between this player and that player. If you have a limitless, you can get all those players we are trying to get in. So you can have a big advantage. You can literally cover the gap. If you're trying to catch up with people, you can catch up with them this match day. Again, the problem with playing your limitless and wildcard later on, though, is a lot of teams will be similar. The problem with Champions League fantasy later on, quarterfinal, semi-final, you would expect everyone to have Mbappe, everyone will have Salah, everyone will have Lewandowski. Lewandowski is out of the Champions League. Sorry, Barcelona fans. But the likes of Vinicius, everyone will have those kind of players. That is the problem. Haaland, everyone will have Haaland in the quarterfinal if they are there. Everyone. So right now is the best time to get all these players we're talking about. Rafinha, Vinicius. You can get 15 players who you're sure are going to play, Bilal. I've got 5 players injured and I transferred in Kunde not knowing he was injured as well. SG. No. So my number 1 rule in Champions League fantasy, you have to, unless you're sure you're going to be very busy and you're not going to be anywhere near your phone, your laptop, your computer to make transfers, I would still carry my transfers and maybe make one transfer and then keep the other transfer for the Monday or the Tuesday, like today, because there's a lot of injuries. Like I saw someone bring on different, like 2 players on Friday, and both of them are now injured. Those are 2 wasted transfers. So 5 players injured. You don't have a chip as well. In that situation, you can take a -4, something like that, a -8 as well. Stuart says, "Yeah, do you like Danny Rose? You could play for Watford instead of him." Says Stuart, I have any. I'm an Arsenal fan, in case you didn't know. So any player who's played for Tottenham, I'm not sure about any player who's played for Tottenham. He also scored on his debut against Arsenal, so I remember that very, very clearly. He scored on his debut against Arsenal. I appreciate it. RK, thank you for the super chat and thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks, Glenn, for your good content. I appreciate it. Let's see. I wish I could send that $5 to Pep Guardiola to tell me who's going to start in midfield. Where did I live? Bruno says Rafa Silva, Leao, Chilwell, or Grimaldo. Rafa Silva and Grimaldo, Benfica. Should I captain Messi, Rafa, or Grimaldo? Says Zello. Probably Rafa again. If anyone is feeling themselves, say Sharma, go for Ansu Fati having a major spidey sense about this one. So Sharma has dreamt about this one, and he has a feeling that this guy will get a couple of goals this match day. Brandon Salah. I think the percentage is not accurate at all because a lot of people quit after first and second match day. That is true. Not quit, but forget about their teams. That is true. So out of that 35%, maybe 10% are not even checking their teams anymore. So that is true, Alan. Best replacement for Musiala, I have Bellingham, Foden. That I appreciate that question now, Rajan. It helps when you give me the rest of your midfielders. I have Bellingham, Foden, Kvaratskhelia, and Kudus. So you don't have any Real Madrid midfielder. Do you have enough money to go to Vinicius? I doubt, but I think you might have enough money to go to Rodrigo. Let me know, Rajan. Rodrigo is not bad. Rafa answered that one. Not about Kane and Son. Yeah, it pains me to say nice things about Tottenham, by the way. But Kane is on penalties. But I think that game is going to be 1-1. So I don't think you're going to get a lot of returns. Who is your captain on match day 1? I'm confused between. Who is my captain for today, you mean? You mean match day 6, day 1, between Kvaratskhelia and Salah? If it's between those two, I'd go for Salah. For me, I'm still going to decide later on. Lucy says, how many people would you estimate would play World Cup Fantasy? Maybe 1 million or something. It might be more common this time around. When I last played it in 2018, there weren't too many people. I did very well in 2018. I think I came like 500th place in the world, but I don't think there was too many people playing it. Maybe 800k, 700k or something like that. Champions League Fantasy is exactly like this. You can make subs, you can change captains. But the thing with World Cup Fantasy, the Champions League Fantasy group stage, it's only 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. For the World Cup, it's going to be maybe on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you make transfers on Tuesday, you also need to have players on that Wednesday to bring on. So it's fun. It's definitely fun. And you also learn a lot playing this fantasy football. I'm telling you, after the World Cup, you will know everything about players from Wales. You'll know everything from players from Canada. You literally learn a lot. You will know everything about Senegal as well. It really helps your football knowledge too. I covered the African Cup of Nations in January this year. I'm telling you, I was so shocked. I knew about players from Sierra Leone and such teams that you've never watched like on TV. So you get to learn a lot. The World Cup as well. If Iran is going to be there, you get to learn a lot about their players as well. How are you doing, Arnold? Hopefully UCL is better than FPL this past weekend. What happened in the FPL, Arnold? I had Saka as my captain and he got subbed off, so I know the pain. Is Mane a good transfer? In terms of bringing him in, no. I think I'd rather bring in players who I'm 100% sure are going to start. Again, going from those 3 players, any that you prefer. Literally any of them, if you're feeling brave. But are they playing on the same day, though? Grimaldo, Rafa Silva, Mbappe. Those guys are playing tomorrow, so you need to choose your captain from today first. And then if it's from tomorrow, literally any of them, but between Rafa Silva and Mbappe. mostly. Best replacement for Michele. Again, black. I'm going to be very boring here. Benfica defender. Or if you want a direct defender from Club Brugge, then probably Sila is suspended, right? I think Major probably will start. Best goalkeeper for, and also who would be best captain option for today. Today is the day that you can captain anyone that you have, and any risks you can take. You can take them today. Any risk that you prefer, you can take them today. In terms of that is for captains. Best goalkeeper, probably the FC Porto goalkeeper. Midfielder under 9.5 or strike instead of Haaland. Strike instead of Haaland. I would go for strike instead of Haaland because Haaland is definitely not going to play. Maybe your midfielders might play. I rather take out the players who are definitely not going to play fast. The likes of Haaland, Lewandowski, the players who are definitely out. And then maybe keep the ones who might play, the likes of Bellingham and Musiala. Nick says, who is the best captain between Kimmich, Upamecano, and Kvaratskhelia? From those ones, I'd go for Kvaratskhelia. Should I get in Harry Kane instead of Haaland? I mean, you can go for him. I mean, he's still Harry Kane. He still scores goals, so you can still go for him, Darba. Who is the best midfielder for match day 6? That is a tough question. But I'm actually going to go for best midfielder for match day 6. I think there's like a couple, but I'm going to go for Salah because they have to go for that game. They have to try and score 4 goals. So I'm going to go for Salah. Midfield instead of Shermania and the 9.5 or any striker. I went for the striker one. Ayman. Any striker instead of Haaland, Giroud or Liao. Who to captain tomorrow? Liao, Bellingham, Mbappe, Rafa Silva. Yeah, tomorrow now is more tricky because you have to be sure, especially if your players don't play today. Then Rafa Silva would probably be the one I go for. Although Mbappe is the safest option because Mbappe will always score and he'll take the first penalty if they get one. But Rafa Silva is not bad at all. Rajan says they don't have enough money for Rodrigo. So I have Bellingham, Foden, Kvaratskhelia, and Kudus. You can go for Mudryk and Rajan. Mudryk from Shakhtar, you definitely have enough money for him. Also Gundogan from Man City, I think he will start. I have Kudus as my captain. Why do you want to start to play? Kudus will start. I'm almost 90% sure he will start. So there's no problem with you captaining him. If you have good captains for tomorrow. I had Kane as captain and I transferred Saka in. I had Saka as captain. Kane blanked and they scored 3 goals. Yeah, that was crazy. I went down from 300k to 700k. That's not bad. I mean, FPL has, if you put that into perspective, Alan, FPL has more than 10 million managers. So if you are 700k, you're high. You're very high, like in terms of the rankings. I have Otamendi and Grimaldo. I was thinking of dropping Otamendi for Rudiger. Nope, Robert, do not do it. Do not do it. Don't go for that. Can we get to at least 50 likes on this video? We have 35 so far. Let's see. Definitely, especially not good. The Celtic don't have anything to play for, but since they're playing at the Bernabeu, they might just say, you know what, let's just go and enjoy ourselves, and I might get a goal. Otamendi is a recovery points magnet. So Maccabi Haifa could score 4 goals, and Otamendi will still get like 6 points, even if they concede 4 goals. That is how good he is in terms of recovery points. Son Omari says, Antonio, I'd go for Son because I'm sure Son will start 100%. For Mahrez, he might be benched and then come on, but I think Mahrez will play part. So if it is between those two, I'd go for Son. I also put a poll in the chat asking how is the team looking for match day 6 and Limitless. 18% have played their Limitless, 10% have played their wildcard, 44% have made 2 transfers, and 27% have taken a hit. Interesting. Rawan says, who do you think will be good captain for tomorrow? Rodrigo, Mbappe, or Valverde? Mbappe from those 3. A third striker besides Messi and Silva. If you're feeling brave, Ayman, Liao, not if you're feeling brave, Liao or Giroud, but if you're feeling brave, Rafinha. Who is the best captain between Lloris? Lloris, wow. Ronaldo. Lloris makes a lot of saves, especially in the Champions League, so he can still get you a lot of points on the first day, but I would still go for Kudus from today. Who is the best captain among Lorenzo, Kvaratskhelia, and Mane? Kvaratskhelia. I already have 3 Benfica players. Black says he already has been 3 Benfica players, so he cannot go to that route. Let's see. Michelle Silva, Grimaldo should sell. Let's wait for the team news. I think Ronaldo is not a bad option as well. Ronaldo is also a very good player in terms of recovery points, Black. So if you want Ronaldo, you can go for him. And if you prefer, you can go for a Liverpool defender. But Liverpool are going to concede goals. That is a problem. So there's not, I think every team, like if you watch the tip show, I gave my predictions. And how many teams did I go for keeping a clean sheet? I don't think a lot of teams will keep. Maybe Barcelona, maybe Real Madrid, maybe Benfica. Literally, I feel like, okay, Dortmund and Copenhagen as well, but who will start? Because Dortmund have already gone through, so there will be a lot of rotation there. Where they live? Di Lorenzo on a limitless chip, says Antonio. On a limitless chip, you can go for him because of the recovery points and he can still assist and score. But Liverpool, I think Liverpool will get like 2 or 3 goals in that game. I'm thinking 3-3, 4-3. So if you can, I think you can still get better options. But I don't think Di Lorenzo is bad at all. But you're not going to get a clean sheet from him, though. Should I take a -4 for Musiala? Who should I buy? I have 8.8 million. Should I take a hit for Musiala? Who should I buy? Rodrigo. You can buy Rodrigo Holmer if you don't already have him. Zielinski, you can take the hit for that if you don't have more than 12 players. If you have like 13, 14 players, I wouldn't take the hit because Musiala might still play 20 minutes and that 1 point on your bench, you can just leave it there. Is Zielinski best transfer if I already have Angiza, Kudus, Kvashin, and no, I wouldn't go for a third player from Napoli. If you're thinking about bringing in Zielinski, I wouldn't bring him in if you already have Anguissa and Kvaratskhelia. If he's taking him out, if you don't have any other problems, you can. Antonio says Foden or Mahrez. Now, I think both of them will play because Foden didn't start over the weekend, but I think Foden is the one who's probably going to be subbed and Mahrez might play the whole game. So, Mahrez. Teza says which midfielder to get from Bayern Munich, probably Coman. Which should be able to pick. You should be able to pick coaches and get points from whoever gets the changes right or something like that. It would be interesting. Yeah, I guess to what I don't mind the formats of the games at the moment. Donnarumma and Neuer, should I get a hit for perseverance instead of Neuer? No, keep one goalkeeper, Bruno. Don't take a hit for a goal. If you take a hit for a goalkeeper, you're literally hoping the goalkeeper performs like Diogo Costa from FC Porto and gets 16 points and saves a penalty and gets a clean sheet. So a hit for a goalkeeper? Nope. You're welcome. Black, who in your team do you think isn't going to start? Oh, Lucy says, who in my team do I think is not going to start? Cancelo. From this team, Cancelo is the one I'm thinking is not going to start. Yeah, Cancelo, and 90% Cancelo won't start. Musiala, maybe 70% he won't start. They still have 30% hopefully will play part in this game. And obviously Guerrero is out, so there's that too. Should I captain Messi or Mbappe tomorrow? Rajan, any of them. Usually when Messi scores, it's Mbappe who's assisting. If Mbappe is scoring, it's Messi who's assisting. So literally any of them. I've already had Ederson and Radicki. Should the transfer Ederson out to just pick Radicki? Should have transferred. Already had Ederson. Should I transfer Ederson out to just pick? Just pick. Don't transfer out your goalkeeper. Just keep him there and go with one goalkeeper. Should I take a hit for Guerrero out? Who should I buy? Again, if you don't have more than 12 players, you can do it. But if you already have like 13, 14 players who are going to play, you don't have to take out Guerrero. Again, defenders from Benfica. Captain for tonight says Million. Anyone you can. Today is the first day you can captain anyone you want. If you're feeling brave, you can go for a defender for a goalkeeper. But if there's a day you are thinking of captaining someone no one else is going to captain, today is the day you can go for anyone. Sharma says I hope Benfica score a few. I'm thinking they'll get like a 3-1 win. So I think they will get the goals. Hopefully the time I've brought in Rafa Silva, he scores because Valverde is the one that Valverde is a very good player, but every time he's been in my Champions League fantasy team, he's never done anything. Like either gets subbed off or gets rested. It is so annoying. Literally, I've never seen any points from Valverde in my team, so that is pretty annoying. So I have one transfer remaining in my team. Yes, I can take out Guerrero. I'll have 14 million in the bank. My goodness, is there any 14 million defender I can get? Goodness me. 40 million is a lot. But then, yes, I can take him out, but I can just keep him in and then maybe take out Musiala and get a more fun pick, because bringing in a defender for a defender seems a bit boring, especially if I can take out a midfielder for a midfielder. And if let's see, midfielders, literally, because the money is not a problem. I have 16 million now. If I take out Musiala, I can go for Salah up against Napoli. I'm thinking it's going to be a high scoring game. I can also go for the thing is with that Napoli and Liverpool game, though, if Napoli score and it's like 1-0 at halftime, I would expect Liverpool and Napoli to just sub out their players. There's that risk because Liverpool will know they can't get five more goals in the second half. So there's that risk of those players just getting subbed off. Kvaratskhelia, Salah, all those guys going off. So that is why I'm kind of avoiding Salah. But if you have him, I'd keep him, because if they score fast finally, like if they score fast in that game, like it's going to be a very high scoring game in that one. So I have thought about this team, Barcelona. I really hope I don't bring in a Barcelona player and then they end up drawing this game 1-1, because there's that risk as well. If I bring in Ferran Torres, is tempting me for sure. Ferran Torres from Barcelona, it's definitely tempting me. Also, this guy from Man City is tempting me. Riyad Mahrez, but Mahrez has really disappointed me. Like I brought him in and he missed a penalty. So do I really want to go that route again? I'm not really sure. So I still have an hour to decide, so I will decide on that one. Kvaratskhelia million. Otamendi or Antonio Silva? Otamendi because of the recovery points. Di Lorenzo, Perisic, or a Real defender? I wouldn't really go for a Real defender. Let's see, Di Lorenzo, Perisic. I mean, Perisic is not bad. I mean, you're hoping for a 0-0 in that game. Tottenham only need a draw. From that list, I'll go for Perisic. My brother is top 500, says no. That's great, man. That's a very good season. Jaglen Musiala to Rodrigo. Tell him to tell us his secrets. Jaglen Musiala to Rodrigo and Leao. That is not for a hit, Gabriel, right? If that is just normal transfers, I think Jagler will play and I think he might score. So I'd not really be rushing to take him out. But Leao is still a good option. So if you don't have any other problems in your team, that's not bad. How are you, man? Silva or Taremi? Silva. Is Musiala playing today? Really difficult to predict, but I'm thinking he will play some part, but not a lot. Kudus is a dark horse for that captain spot, but I'm taking that chance because I have Mbappe. Do you mean Mbappe and Messi to fall back on? Yeah, there is that choice. We have players to fall back on tomorrow in terms of the ones we trust. Vinicius or Mahrez, Antonio. Vinicius, Barcelona can lose as well. That's always a possibility. There is that risk, but I mean, it's Victoria Pilsen, so I don't think they'll lose. So I don't think it's a bad idea to go for their options. Kvaratskhelia or Salah? Salah, because he's at home. Xavi will probably get sacked if they lose this game. I don't think they'll. I think they will go for it. That is why I also thought if Lewandowski traveled, they would kind of play him because they need to win, or they want to go into the next game confident, because they're already out of the Champions League and they lost the El Clasico, so they've lost a few times recently. But I think they'll win. I think he'll give these players a chance, and I think they could take it. Your guy, Ansu Fati, Rafinha, Ferran Torres, they might all take the opportunities in this game. So there's that as well. In terms of team news, I don't think there's any team that is out as of now. No, surely there's no team that is out. Thank you for all the questions. I appreciate it. Ferran Torres, all no. Osimhen or Simeone, says Hugo. Probably Osimhen. it's really hard to know who's going to play in that team. It's really, really hard. Like, you might ask me about those two, and then they both are on the bench, and then it's Raspadori starting up front. Like, it's very risky. But from those two options, I'd probably go for Osimhen because he will probably play a part. Especially if he starts, I would expect him to score. But the problem is as well, if he doesn't start and Napoli score, like, he might not come on. That's the thing. So if I was going to avoid, I'd probably avoid them. But Osimhen from those two. Is Courtois? I think Courtois will start. Best forward for today's games. I'm on Limitless already. Have Mbappe. Bilal is on a Limitless, man. You are lucky, man. You don't know how lucky you are, Bilal. I'm on a Limitless already. Have Mbappe and Rafa Silva. You literally can go for anyone in this world. I'd go for Rafinha. Mohamed says Carvajal. Real Madrid as well. There's a time Carvajal was rested. They don't really like going for if I was choosing a Real Madrid defender, I'd go for Militao because he didn't play the other day. He was rested. So I'd probably go for Militao. But the others all are very, very risky, man. All of them are very, very risky, to be honest. I wouldn't like going for a Real Madrid player. When are they a Madrid defender and then they don't start? That is the thing. Are they playing today or tomorrow? They are playing tomorrow. They are playing the first game tomorrow, so that is an advantage for that, because they are playing tomorrow. You might check if he's going to. So if you're playing a Limitless, you can have Carvajal there, and then you get to see the team news tomorrow and see whether it's going to play or not. That is fine. So if you're in a Limitless, we get to see the Real Madrid team news, so you can just go for him. Although I'd still try and go for other players, I don't think any team has released their team news yet. Let's see. What do you think of Pedro Porro, says Anos? So that is Sporting, right? Sporting are playing against Frankfurt. Frankfurt will score probably, but I don't think it's a bad option. At all. So you can go for him. He's a different. Hopefully they're not suspended. You know, every time I check Sporting players, like nearly every one of them has been suspended this season. Gonçalves, Adan. Let's just confirm that first. You might just check and you find someone is suspended. Pedro Porro. Is it 5.1 million is okay. 5.1 million is okay. So you can definitely go for him. Recovery points, 17 ball recoveries. He doesn't get a lot of ball recoveries, but I think Sporting need to win, if I'm not wrong. I think they need a draw, something to go through. I had that written down somewhere. Sporting. They're still not yet qualified, so they have to both go for it, them and Frankfurt. So not a bad option. In terms of a differential, you can definitely go for him, no problem. Let me just check how many people on him. 2%. Yeah, it's a massive differential. Will Messi play? If not, Messi will definitely play. They still have to finish top of their group. Top 5 players to target, says Salah, Grimaldo, Rafinha, Rafa Silva, and the 5th one, choose anyone you want. Who's going to play? So let me have this. If in case you didn't check out the other videos, so at the bottom right now, I'll have the teams that have already qualified. Let me do this first. I'll come to the rest of your comments. So the teams that have already qualified top, and the teams that have already finished second, and the teams that have already finished third. So the teams scrolling down, Bayern Munich, Man City, and Chelsea, they've already finished top of their group. They don't really have a lot to play for. Basically nothing to play for. Inter Milan and Dortmund have already finished second. They don't have anything to play for as well. And Barcelona and Sevilla have already finished third. So they also don't have anything to play for. So those teams might rotate a lot. Those are some teams that you can see scrolling down the bottom at the moment. Bayern Munich, though, Bayern Munich have a lot of injuries, so players might have to play, like Kimmich and those kind of guys. Man City, they will rotate. Chelsea, they will rotate. Chelsea are playing Arsenal this weekend, so I would expect them to rotate. Inter Milan, Dortmund, Again, I was thinking of Lukaku before I heard that he was injured. I'm pretty sure if Lukaku wasn't injured, he would have started this game. I would have been giving him as an option as well in terms of forward line. Dortmund really hard. They've already gone through second, and then Barcelona, Sevilla, all those teams will rotate. And then the teams that are scrolling down the bottom now are the teams that are already qualified but are still trying to finish top of their group. That is Napoli, Liverpool, Club Brugge, FC Porto, PSG, Benfica, and Real Madrid. So Real Madrid still need to beat Celtic, so they will probably not rest a lot of players. Benfica as well won't rest players. PSG, FC Porto, Club Brugge, Liverpool, Napoli probably won't rest players. But the thing with the Liverpool versus Napoli game, if Napoli score fast, a lot of players could be subbed off early. In terms of the teams that can still qualify, Tottenham, Sporting, Frankfurt, Marseille, AC Milan, Salzburg, Leipzig, Shakhtar. So there's no problem with going for any players from those teams. I don't think any of them will rotate. But the teams that are already out of first or second, but they can still qualify for Europa League, we have Ajax, Rangers, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Dinamo Zagreb, Juventus, Maccabi Haifa. So all those teams can still finish third in their group. So Juventus will not just lie down and let PSG whip them around. They still have to at least try and win against PSG, for example. These teams are already out. Celtic, Copenhagen, Victoria Pilsen. So the teams that are playing against them, you kind of have to target them. That's why I'm thinking about Barcelona players against Pilsen. Although Copenhagen, Dortmund, Sevilla and Man City went to Copenhagen and they both came out with 0 goals. So I'd not be surprised if they got another 0-0 draw there. Celtic, Real Madrid players, definitely. Celtic already out. So if that helps you make your decisions, go ahead. Liad says Inter Milan's next match is Juventus. So yeah, Inter Milan, the likes of Lautaro Martinez literally do not have to play. Let's go back up. Sharma says Napoli has some mad depth in their squad. I can see a lot of great players making big money moves at the end. That is the thing now, man. I feel sorry for them because, I mean, they might still decide to stay. You can still decide to stay if the team is doing really good, but man, let's say Real Madrid want Kvaratskhelia right now. Kvaratskhelia might want to go to Real Madrid. Let's be honest. If Man City come and say, Osimhen, we have 90 million, come and play with Haaland, he might want to go. So there is that as well. Midfielders, Liverpool need midfielders. They might just come in and say, Anguissa, come back to the Premier League. Napoli, very, very good team, and they really play good football. Like every time I watch them, like I almost expect them to get 3 or 4 goals every time. I low-key feel like Barella can be benched to be subbed out for Inter. I do expect that too as well, yet, but I'm happy to take that 2 points because their match versus Bayern is meaningless, and Barella played every match in October for at least 80 minutes. There's that, but I still think I have other problems bigger than that one, Liad. If I was playing my wildcard or limitless, Barella would not be in my team for sure. Boris says Jagler, Raspadori, Mbappe, KDB, Salah, Bellingham, Ronaldo, Upamecano, Di Lorenzo, Guerrero. Wants to switch KDB and Guerrero for Rodrigo and Sula, Otamendi. Yeah, I'd go for Rodrigo and Otamendi from that. That is not bad. You can go for those ones. Ezin says, is it worth going for -8 because I'll switch Haaland to Messi, Jagler to Rafa Silva, Guerrero to Grimaldo, De Bruyne to Salah. I mean, there Haaland won't play. Guerrero won't play. De Bruyne probably won't play. Jagler will play, so I wouldn't really take a -8 unless you're trying to mix it up because of the budget. But I wouldn't take out Jagler for. I wouldn't take out Jagler for -8. He might also score. Making things very complicated for me, says Sharma. Best replacement for Musiala, not Rodrigo. Holmer does not want Rodrigo at all. If you want to go to Man City, Gundogan is. How much is Musiala? Let me check. Let me see the budget you have. Musiala. I have Musiala in my team, 7 million. I don't even know what I'm checking. 7 million midfielders. Go for Modric. Holmer. Modric from Shakhtar. You're welcome, Main. I appreciate you watching. Before leaving, as always, make sure to hit the like button. It helps the video out and it helps the channel out as well. Grimaldo, as in Grimaldo, probably Otamendi as well. I'd go for Ronaldo. Ev, your name is really long. Rodrigo, Salah, Kane, and Grimaldo for -8. Salah, Kane. What do you think? If I'm coming last already, says Kev. If you want to catch up, no problem at all. If you want to catch, depends on who else are you taking out though, Kev. But for those players you're bringing in, no problem at all. I kind of expect all of them to return. Is it worth it? I answered that one. Captain Salah, Vashelia, Salah, Gabriel. I took a -24. He did what? Took a -24. That's a lot. But how bad? How this your team was that destroyed? Power was you didn't literally have any player playing. -24 is a lot. Like if I take a minus, like that seems a lot. -24. That means you had like 9-10 players injured. Power. If that is the case, that this was your bad luck kind of match day. Differential midfielder Ferran Torres, Abubakar. Kvaratskhelia, Zielinski, or Salah? Salah, captain. Suspend this one. Should I transfer him out? Yeah, if anyone is suspended and you don't have enough players, you can take them out for sure. Should I go for Edward and Taremi? Both are good options. Prashan, if you love FC Porto and Sporting, but depends who you already have in your team and if you're taking hits. But those ones are good options still. I think they all play Finlay. Yes, I think they will all play. Yeah, -24 is a lot, Lewis. That kind of even scared me. -24. You know, in my history of playing fantasy football, I've never taken anywhere near anything more than -4. So every time I see -16, -20, I'm like, what the hell? -24. Basically, if you take a -24, everyone in your team has to return because everyone gets a wild card after this, so it doesn't really help for the later stages. So I would have liked to know your team, Power. I would have liked to know have known your team before you took those hits. Surely there's something better than taking a -24. -24 is a lot. -24. Bilal says my limitless team. Diogo Costa, Courtois, that is okay. Grimaldo. I wouldn't have Michelle if I was playing Limitless. Hakimi, Upamecano, Trent, Vinicius, Salah, Rodrigo, Kudus, Ferran Torres, Rafa Silva, Mbappe, Rafinha. Do you suggest I change? I mean, this team is good. You're making me very jealous with your Limitless team. I'm going to block you because you're just making me jealous, Bilal. Vinicius, Salah, Rodrigo, Kudus, and Ferran Torres. That's okay. Probably wouldn't take out Michelle. I would take out Michelle for someone else. Maybe the team that they're playing against, Leverkusen, or maybe even FC Porto, Ronaldo from Atletico Madrid. Or if you're feeling brave, go for a Chelsea defender because they have a good fixture against Dinamo Zagreb. You can go for someone like Anas Biliquet instead of Michelle there. Shama says, how is this possible? -24. Power, we need to talk. Is Raspadori a good option? He's definitely a good option if you are 100% sure he's going to start, but we are not sure. That is a problem. Raspadori is going to play 45 minutes. Every time he plays 45 minutes and gets subbed off, I don't like him as an option for this match day. I'm worried Cancelo will be benched, says Prashan. Yeah, there's 80% chance he'll be benched, that is for sure. But I'm kind of hoping he can come on. But yeah, there's 80% likelihood doesn't play. So that is another problem I have in my team for sure. Finlay says Upamecano, Carvajal, Simicas. You're asking me if they're going to play. Carvajal probably. Simicas Upamecano. I think Upamecano might play because they have a lot of defensive injuries like Sa and Lucas Hernandez. They are all injured, so he might just have to play. But the thing is, it's going to be 45 minutes and he might get subbed off. So from those ones, Carvajal is the best option. Sorry. Mohammed says Davis, Carvajal, Grimaldo, Kostic, and Cancelo. Which of them will play for sure and replace which of them? Wow, Mohammed wants the direct answers. Who is going to play for sure? Davis, Carvajal, Grimaldo, Kostic, Cancelo. Kostic and Grimaldo are going to play for sure. Carvajal is going to play. Davis might. Cancelo, I don't think is going to start. So if you're going to take out someone, probably it's going to be Cancelo first. Davis still has a chance of playing because of the defensive injuries that they have. But Cancelo, I'm thinking Stones will start at right back. So that is a problem. Which players to replace them with? Kostic, Grimaldo. You can still go for Otamendi as a double up from that team. No problem at all. Jagler for Liao for -4 says Gabriel. Nope. Should try pick defenders that could keep a clean sheet. You should. There is that, but I'm thinking not too many teams will keep clean sheets. Sham, I'm thinking out of the 32 teams, maybe 4 will keep a clean sheet. Copenhagen, Dortmund, maybe, but the problem is who is going to start for Dortmund. You should remove Trent because Liverpool could consider heavily. Yes, but Trent is because he's playing a limitless. Yes, you don't have to go for Trent Bilal if you're playing a limitless. You could go for other options, but Trent is still a free kick taker, corner kick taker, so he can still return attacking wise. What happened to Guerrero? I thought he was fit. Now again, injury ruined my team. Yeah, he's injured again. Literally, this guy, Guerrero had a very fantastic match day 1. I brought him in match day 3. I think he scored or assisted that match day. And then from there on, I've had him in my team throughout. He's never played again. So painful. I have Leao, Messi, and Mbappe. Any changes you would make? It's limitless, by the way. Lucy, you're also very lucky. Very, very lucky. I mean, who do you have in your midfield? I'd be happy to go for, if you don't have any Barcelona midfielder, if you're on a limitless, I'd still be happy to go for one PSG player and then go for Rafinha. But then who do you drop? I don't think it's a great idea to remove Mbappe because Juventus concede a lot of goals. You know what? Keep them. Just keep the ones that you have. I'd probably go for someone like Torres or Ansu Fati in midfield. Take a hit for Musiala out, Ferran in, or Guerrero out, Otamendi in. I'd go for the second one because Guerrero is definitely out. Musiala might still play 30 minutes in that game. So Guerrero out for Otamendi is the one I'd go for. Do you feel like Vinicius is playing? Vinicius will play, yes. For this match day, I think Salah is better because I'm predicting like a 4-3 in that game. So, and also Real Madrid have not amazed me the last 1 month. Like I think they scored 1 goal against Girona the other day. I think they scored 1 goal. Is it like against Osasuna or something? They scored 1 goal like 3-4 times this month. I don't like that as well. Power says I will need 90 plus. With a -24 power, I think you need like 200 plus. I'm joking. I mean, if you get 90 plus on a -24, that is not bad at all. Prussian says there are rumors Messi might not start. PSG have to finish top of that group, so I really doubt. And since Neymar is not there, can they really afford to bench Messi? I don't think so. When are PSG playing? PSG are playing tomorrow. Messi will play unless he's injured last minute. Messi will definitely play. I'm almost 90% sure with that one, Prashan. They have to finish top of the group. If you finish second in your group, they might end up facing Bayern Munich. They might end up facing Man City. They might end up facing Napoli. They wouldn't want that. So you rather just finish top of their group. Red Bull says, hello, I am new here. I appreciate it, Red Bull. You're welcome. Hope you're bringing the Red Bull energy. How many points do you predict yourself getting? Lucy, oh my goodness. Knowing the bad luck, probably 25. But the one that I'm hoping to get, Mm, I'm going to say maybe 65 to 70 to be realistic. To be realistic, Lucy, because there's still a couple of problems in this team of players who are not going to start. So I would be happy with 65 to 70. So I'm going to say maybe 60 to 70 there. Sam says, what do you think of Mbappe, Alvarez, Kudus, Salah, Nkunku, Nabri, Perisic, Grimaldo, Simekan, Davis, and Vlachodimos? So that is your current team. Have you made transfers yet, Sam? Are you thinking of making transfers? I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I think all of your players will start, so that is good. Apart from maybe Davis, I think all of your players will start, Sam. So you don't have as many problems as some of us have. David, how are you? Haaland and Guerrero out. Grimaldo and Rafa in, offering Pong instead of Grimaldo. No, I'd go for Grimaldo. I think Club Brugge will be tough in that game. I don't think Club Brugge will be easy for Leverkusen. We are close to 50 likes. Can we get to 50 likes? I'm sure some of you have not hit the like button. Just imagine that. That is so bad. That's not having a heart. Prussian says Bellingham too might not start tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. But I'm kind of hopeful he might play maybe a few minutes. But yeah, there's a World Cup soon and stuff like that, so he doesn't really have to play. So if the coach just wants him rested, he can rest him. And Bellingham is a starter for England, so such games, just leave him on the bench. So yeah, there's a lot of players who might not start this match. Like the only players that will start are the players from Benfica, PSG, players from it's not even that many. Tottenham maybe. All those guys might start. So who should I get in? I mean, if I take out Guerrero, I might still bring on Alonso and then hope Barcelona don't score a lot of goals in that game. But Alonso, am I crazy? Should I really go for Marcos Alonso? If I go for Marcos Alonso, I never thought I'd ever have Marcos Alonso in my team. I love the Marcos Alonso from Chelsea, the one who used to go forward and score goals. I don't think, because Barcelona playing in a back four, I don't think Alonso does the same for Barcelona. 10 ball recoveries in match day 2, 4 ball recoveries, 5 ball recoveries. I mean, Guerrero is definitely out, so I'm really thinking of just bringing in a defender. But Musiala also might not play, so I might just bring on Ferran Torres if I prefer. When are Barcelona playing? I'd be so mad if I tell everyone to bring on Rafinha and Ferran Torres, and then I don't have any of them in my team. Can I survive without Guerrero, without just Guerrero on the bench? Musiala. Bayern Munich are playing. When are Bayern Munich playing again? Today. But I wish they were playing the early fixtures so that I really don't think Musiala starts. That's the thing. And then I also have Cancelo who will not start. Valverde Kostic will help me tomorrow because I think they will start. So the right thing to do is to take out Guerrero from me and just bring in a defender who's going to play, like a Grimaldo. That is the right thing to do. Or an Alonso. So no, I can't check teams right now, Psycho. I'll have to send you team because of a lot of questions. My fantasy team is Mbappe, Leao, Simeone, Bellingham, Valverde, Vinicius, Kimmich. What do you think? And who should I change? Bellingham is a risk. Even Bastoni and Davis are risks. Keeper-wise, just keep them. Probably you still have 2 transfers, right? From that, I'll probably take out Bellingham and bring in someone else, a midfielder. Maybe even Salah if you have enough money. And then maybe take out Davis. I mean, Davis might still start. So maybe Bastoni, because Bastoni might be rested. It's very hard. Something is telling me Bayern Munich and Inter Milan will not rotate everyone. They will still have first team players playing, a few of them. That is why I'm hopeful Barella or Musiala start. But it's a massive risk. The only one that I'm sure about there is Bellingham, maybe who you can take out. Alon says who is on pens for Milan, Theo Hernandez and then Giroud. So those are the two that take their penalties. Any recommendations on midfielders? 10.6 million in the bank. Gabriel, it depends on who you have, but depending on how much you can get, Salah, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Ferran Torres from Barcelona, Kvaratskhelia from Napoli, Mudryk from Shakhtar, Joao Mario from Benfica. So any of those guys are okay. Is Kudu starting, says David? I think he will start, yes. I've seen Predel Davis's bench and there are rumors of Bellingham bench too tomorrow. It's crazy, Prussian. Like those are too many problems like for my team. Like I know Guerrero will not start. I know Cancelo will not start. And then there's the risk of Musiala, Barella, and Davis. But the problem is you cannot take out everyone unless I do it like power and take a minus 24 and take everyone out. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take out the players who are definitely not going to play, like Haaland, who I've already taken out, and then keep the ones who might play. Even that is in a match day like this, even if a player comes on for 1 point or 2 points, it's going to help you a lot. So even Musiala, if Musiala plays 45 minutes, I'm going to be happy with that because in such a match day, a lot of players could be rested. So anyone who plays 1 minute, I'm happy with that. So all those players might. If I was playing a wildcard or a limitless, all those players, Prashan, would not be in my team. Sharma. You know what, Sharma? That is a very good point, Sharma. Drink water. Drink water. I can't lie. Sometimes I just talk and I forget to drink water. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, sometimes when you're into these live videos, you just talk and talk and talk, and then you check the time. You're like, you've gone for 4 hours. Why don't you do FPL content? I mean, as I said, it takes a lot of time. FPL content needs you to get committed to it, and being that I have 3 channels, it's impossible to run FPL as well. It's quite impossible. I would love to though. In the future. Can you? And I can't check your team cycle, but send me your team. I'll review it here. Tron says Mbappe, Lewandowski, Nkunku. Asensio, or first person I've seen is Asensio today. Carrasco missed a penalty that would have given Atletico Madrid a chance to go through. Kudus, Kvaratskhelia, Hakimi, Tsimikas, Pavard, Kon. Ben, Shadan, Kostic, Aubameyang, Guerrero. 2 free transfers and 0.2 million in the bank. Plan to take out Carrasco, Lewandowski. I mean, if you take out Lewandowski, you will get more money in the bank. So I would take out Lewandowski and Guerrero as well, as you said. So you can take Lewandowski for any striker, Giroud, Leao as well, any of those guys from AC Milan. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You can. I don't think you have to take a -4. I think Pavard, Hakimi, Kvaratskhelia, Saints. I think the likes of Nkunku will start. Mbappe will definitely start. Kudus as well. So I don't think it's a massive problem. But Lewandowski definitely is the first player you need to check out. Valverde is captain, by the way. Real Madrid is playing today. Madrid is playing tomorrow. I mean, if we get to see their team news tomorrow, so if they start, then that is fine. Adan and Lunin. Yeah, you go with one goalkeeper. That's fine. I have too many risks. Guerrero, Davis, Cancelo, Bellingham. I have taken a -4 already. There's still a chance. Guerrero is out, so that one is a problem. Cancelo, Man City's defenders are fit now, the likes of Stones. So I also have a feeling Cancelo won't play. But Bellingham and Davis, I have a feeling they might play a bit of it because Bayern Munich have a lot of defensive injuries. And since it's a good fixture for Dortmund, he might just give Bellingham 30 minutes to get his confidence up and he starts up. Do you think Vinicius will start for sure? Messi or Ronaldo, says Lucy. Ronaldo is not in the Champions League, so... that question has always been Messi for me, Lucy. Because being an Arsenal supporter, it was very tough to like Ronaldo when he was playing for Man United. And right now he plays for Man United. it's impossible for me to go for Man United. I'm a Man United player at the end of the day, so I'd still say Messi. Vinicius or Rodrigo? Vinicius. Rafa Silva, Messi, Bellingham, or Vinicius, says Alpine Santi. Rafa Silva, Messi, Bellingham, or Vinicius. I'd go for Rafa Silva from those options. I'd definitely go for Rafa Silva from those options. Adan Lunin, Kim. That is a Kim from Napoli, right? Meja, Gomez, Cancelo, Upamecano, Salah, Rodrigo, Haaland, Mbappe. So you've not made your transfer. So definitely take out Haaland. Is definitely out. You can get in like Leao, Giroud, or even Messi if you prefer. Midfield-wise, I like the Mudryk pick. I like the Rodrigo pick. Varshile will play. Salah will play. So you don't have a lot of problems apart from Bellingham. So I'd probably take out the Man City players, Haaland and Cancelo, and then probably bring in Grimaldo or Otamendi from Benfica in terms of defenders, and then Rafa Silva or Leao from AC Milan for the striker options. Hope that helps. Psycho. Hope that one will help you. Thoughts on Felix? I do not like Atletico Madrid as an attacking team at all. Like, I don't know why he doesn't play though. Like, they signed him for so much money. Like, it's crazy. For Joao Felix, I literally do not know why he doesn't play. But to get him into your team, 100%. Does he start? Let me just check the team news. I'll check the team news right now. Weird guy with the phone says, what other 2 channels do you have? One of the channels is for Arsenal. So if you don't support Arsenal, I'll put the links in the description, in the chat, in case you're feeling nice and you want to subscribe over there as well. Is it a good idea to replace Robertson or Di Lorenzo with Frimpong? I wouldn't do it. No, I think Club Brugge will score. For sure. Relaxing Central, how are you? Nice thing. Is it worth buying Lewandowski for this? Lewandowski is out. Relaxing Central. Definitely don't bring him in. You have to take him out. For sure. First channel. Yeah, so I've put the link of my first channel there. So weird guy with the phone. Let's see. Have you decided on your captain yet, Lucy? I will decide in the final minutes. I need to decide on my transfer first. Man City defenders, probably Ruben Diaz or Ake. It's really hard to predict who's going to start. I think Stones and Ake will start. Ruben Diaz is a bit risky. He might be rested. Ruben Diaz and Laporte. I think Laporte will start. So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, so I'll put those links in the description. Weird guy with the phone. Those are my other 2 channels. So yeah, the point was it's difficult to do FPL content when I'm running those others also as well. Will I be able to? Yeah, like after this match day, everyone gets a new wildcard, so you can take them out. So hard to choose between Messi, Leao, Hakimi, and Theo. I'd probably go for Messi from those ones. Seriously, I'd go for Messi and Theo. I'd go for the PSG attacker and the defender who takes penalties in Theo. So those are the ones. I feel like PSG are gonna crush into Juventus. I'm going for like a 3-1, so PSG will get the goals for sure. Ronaldo or Grimaldo? Well, they rhyme, so Grimaldo. He's starting and he scored 2 on the weekend. Finley, are you going to make me bring in a player? Sharma, I can see your comment has been taken to spam because you cast. But you're saying Griezmann should concentrate on Fortnite. I mean, Griezmann has been starting the last few games, so it's not that bad. So let's see what Finn is. But they're playing FC Porto, though, Finley. I don't think they're favorites to win that game. Atletico Madrid. Let's check the team news. Prussian says my team is Jagla, Mbappe, Taremi. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Eduard, Ronaldo, Davis, Cancelo, Ulrich. -4 taken. Wait. You've already taken a -4. Yeah, that is crazy. Striker-wise, you can survive. The strikers will start for you. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Eduard, Kvaratskhelia, Ronaldo, not bad. I think they will all start. Davis, Cancelo, definitely a problem. I think since you have like 13, 12 players who are going to play, 2.5, I mean, I would actually go with that team unless you want to take a -8 and then take out someone like a Cancelo to be sure of your team. But I don't know. If I was the manager of your team, I'd be happy to go with that. So Atletico Madrid have Joao Felix and Griezmann up front. They have Saul, Correa, Rodrigo de Paul, and Witsel in midfield, Ronaldo, Jimenez, Savic, and Molina at the back. And then Oblak as the goalkeeper. So Carrasco on the bench. So if you had Carrasco in your team, you've got to take him out. Let's see FC Porto. I did a few changes. Let me know, Red Bull. Adan, Meyer. It's okay to go with Adan, Ronaldo, Ramos, Di Lorenzo, Guerrero, Cancelo. So Guerrero is not going to play. Cancelo probably won't play as well. KDB, he might get 20 minutes at the end, but he literally does not have to play. So that's a risk. Messi, Jagla, Haaland. So definitely have to take out Haaland first. He's taking a lot of money in your team and he's definitely not going to play. So that is the first one I'd take out. And then go take out the injured players first. Haaland and Guerrero. And then I'd probably bring on Grimaldo and then any striker that you want from those teams. AC Milan, Benfica. Yes, Black, I think Rodrigo will start. Thinking about Messi for Haaland, Rudiger for Guerrero, and maybe a hit for Salah. Rudiger for Guerrero. I mean, it's not bad. Messi for Haaland, I'm okay. Getting in Salah for it is okay. Is there any other defender you're thinking apart from Rudiger for Guerrero? If I was picking a Real Madrid defender, I'd go for Militao. But I know if Rudiger starts, he's a massive threat in terms of corners. Vinicius, Gabriel, Vinicius, Alpha. Rafa Silva, Bruno. Should I take a hit for Salah instead of KDB? I think it's not the end of the world if you do that. Yes, Salah will definitely start. For FC Porto, they have Costa, Pepe, Fabio, Zaidu, Grugic. I hope that's how you say his name. Otavio, Galeno, Taremi. So Taremi is starting for the guys who had him. So yeah, FC Porto is okay. The players who people are thinking about are starting. Grimaldo, Grimaldo. It's really tough to know goalkeepers. So if you have another goalkeeper who's playing, I'd keep it. I'd keep the one goalkeeper, but that is a risk. He might be rotated. Have a look at my team. It's depressing. Send your team here, Sham. It's a bit hard to check online right now. Alvarez, Salah, Mbappe, Costa for -8. Please answer, says Jeremy. Alvarez, Salah, Mbappe, Costa for -8. Do you have any other goalkeeper who's playing, Jeremy? If you have another goalkeeper who's playing, I'm not sure about taking a -8 and getting in another goalkeeper. Unless Costa saves another penalty. If Costa saves another penalty, that would be absolutely crazy. That will mean he has saved penalties 4 weeks in a row. The others, Salah, Mbappe, yes, that is fine to get him in. Get them in. Alvarez as well. I have him in my team, but if I was getting in someone, I wouldn't have gotten in Alvarez, to be honest. I'd probably get in Mahrez or Gundogan. So the goalkeeper, do you have any other goalkeeper who's playing, Jairo? I can't wait for the World Cup fantasy. And by the way, I'm going to dominate your league, says Lucy. Go ahead. We'll definitely have a league for that one as well. Alan says, I have done my transfers. Neymar, Haaland, and Pepe out. Pepe is starting, Alan. You're talking about the Pepe, the one crazy Pepe from FC Porto, right? Because I know they have another Pepe who plays up front, if I'm not wrong. Rafa Silva because of the fixtures. So you've gone for Rafa, Messi, Theo. Not bad, Alan. Let's see, Rafa Silva or Messi. I can't move from this page, Sharma. Sorry, because it's going to take me a bit of time to come back to this team page. I can try and check on the phone if you can wait for like 5 minutes. Rafa Silva's for sure. Robert says Mbappe, Taremi, Kudus, Nkunku, Son, Salah, Tavares, Perisic, Otamendi, Grimaldo, Diego Costa, bench, Courtois, Rafa Silva, Rodrigo, Simica. What do you think? Is there anyone you would drop or change, says Robert? No, there's no one I would change, to be honest. I'm happy with that team. So you can go for that one now, Robert, for sure. I don't have a goalkeeper. Okay, I've understood now, Jairo. So Costa, Mignolet, Magnano, Courtois, Costa for sure. If you're choosing a goalkeeper, Costa. Yeah, one Pepe starting, but it's the wrong one. Oh, you had you have the Pepe who attacks, right? Wait, which Pepe is this one who is starting? The Pepe that is starting is the defender. Which Pepe do you have, Alan? You have, let's see, Porto. The Pepe that is starting is the wrong one. It's crazy. Let's see, Pepe. Oh, this Pepe is injured. This is the Pepe that you have, the midfielder. Okay. So you don't have the Pepe that is starting is the defender, the crazy one. So you had Pepe the midfielder. Interesting. I've never really considered getting him in. Tron says who will be the front three for Barcelona today? Let me know, Alan, which Pepe do you have? Do you have the defender or midfielder? Just write one answer, midfielder or defender. Which one do you have? Who will be the front three for Barcelona today? I'm thinking Rafinha, Ferran Torres, and the other one is really impossible to predict. I can only help with Rafinha and Ferran Torres. Let's see, Rafinha, Torres, or Ansu Fati, says Yasin. Rafinha, Yasin. I'll just tell you, I had 3 injuries and a suspension. Also, I have Goretzka and Cancelo in my team. Definitely take out the ones who are suspended first, Sharma. The ones who might play, like Cancelo, you can just leave someone like a Cancelo in your team and Goretzka. Those ones you can leave because they might still play a part. But the ones who are suspended and are definitely out, you can take them out for sure. Which other team I've not checked? I want to check Leverkusen and Club Brugge. But why buy Lewandowski relaxing central? Is out. You can use that transfer to get in someone who's playing. Lewandowski did not travel. He's definitely out. So yeah, you definitely don't buy Lewandowski because he's not going to play. It's risky, Lucy. He might not play. But as I say, they have... I mean, Dortmund and Bayern don't have to play their players at all. It's job done for them. It's a good fixture. But let me just check the defenders. Guerrero is out. Mounier is out. Hummels. I mean, I really doubt he's going to start. They have a couple of options. And even if he does start, he might play 21 half, Lucy. He might play 1 half and get subbed off. The site is wrong. The midfielder is playing. The defender is injured. Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, so let me just do this. Let me just go to the fixture. Oh, come on. So, Alan, you're saying that the website is wrong. The champions, they're usually very slow in terms of updating. That is for sure. Is he starting? Let me see. Let me just check here. Let me just check through the website team news. Let me go to fixtures. Let me just check their team news here and see what their formation. Let's go to FC Porto's game against Atletico Madrid. That is crazy. If they have it wrong, that is crazy. Come on. Fixtures. Let's see Atletico Madrid, FC Porto. Lineups. Yep, that is what I'm looking for. Let's see where Porto, how Porto and Atletico Madrid are looking like. Let's see their teams. Oh yeah, you're right, Alan. They're actually wrong. The website is wrong. You're actually right, Alan. You're very right. Jairam, don't have to spam. I can see your question. Mbappe, Silva, Costa, Vinicius Jr. for -8. Alvarez, Salah, Costa, Mbappe. Or Alvarez, Salah, Costa, Mbappe. Mbappe, Andre Silva, Costa, Vinicius, Alvarez, Salah. Probably the first one, Jairam. I'd probably go for the first one because I still think they might score against Shakhtar Leipzig. So, yeah, you're very right, Alan. So, Pepe is playing as a wing back. So the Pepe that you have is the defender, so he's out. So you're right. The app is playing games. The website is playing live games, and it will be blocked for copyright. I don't think it will, though. So Joao Felix, Griezmann, Correa. I just don't like Atletico Madrid as an attacking team there. So yeah, Pepe is starting as a wing back. So that is that good though? A midfielder starting as a wing back, I don't like that. So Pepe, the other Pepe is the one who's injured. Let me see the bench. Yeah, yeah, you are right. Pepe is not even in the squad. Yep, they take a lot of time to update. That is a problem with the Champions League fantasy. Tuesday, and they still hadn't updated that for until like on the next Monday. So they do take a lot of time. See, where the hell have I gone? Do you think I should swap Mane with Torres? Depends, Lucy. If you have other problems in your team, depends on how the rest of your team is looking. If you don't have any other problems, then you have the luxury of doing that for sure. We have a few minutes to go before the deadline hits. We've been going more than 2 hours today. This is the last deadline stream of the year in terms of Champions League fantasy. We'll have World Cup fantasy as well. I was working on some changes here. My new fantasy team: Mbappe, Taremi, Simeone, Valverde, Mane, Vini, Kimmich, Kudus. Goalkeeper-wise, it's okay. You have 2 Belgian goalkeepers there. Defensively, not the end of the world as well. Midfield, Mane might not start, but I wouldn't be surprised if he plays like 30 minutes or even one half in that match. Simeone, I'm worried about Simeone. If you have a chip like a wildcard or Limitless, I wouldn't have Simeone. But looking at that team, I don't think you're playing a Limitless. I think you can survive with that team. I think you don't have too many players who are risks. I think Mbappe will start, Taremi starts, Valverde will probably start, Vinicius will start, Kimmich will probably play a part, Kudus will start, Di Lorenzo will start, Tomori will start, and your goalkeeper. So yeah, the team is not bad. Your team is okay, unless you have an extra transfer and you can take out Simeone, maybe. Let me know. Should I captain Ronaldo, though? I can't captain Ronaldo. Let me check my... I want to check Musiala. Let me see if Musiala, there's any rumors about Musiala starting. Because I'm really thinking about bringing in... Who is better? Is it better to bring in Marcos Alonso, a Barcelona defender, or bring in Ferran Torres, a Barcelona midfielder? Which one is better? Are they more likely to keep a clean sheet than they are more likely to score 3 or 4 goals? Musiala. Let's see. Valverde is captain. By the way, Red Bull, because since you've said Red Bull, you said Valverde is captain. You can choose a captain from today's games and then change captain tomorrow. I actually realized so many people still are not aware of that, because a lot of people are still new to Champions League fantasy. So Red Bull, you can captain someone who is playing today, and then if they don't score or don't return as many points as you want, you can change the captain to Valverde tomorrow. So you can do that. I wanted to include a Napoli player, and Simeone is the first one that came up to me. I mean, Osimhen has been playing well, Kvaratskhelia, so it's a massive risk. Simeone, he might not play. He might not. He will play, but he might not start. Lautaro Martinez to Messi for -4. Lautaro Martinez. I mean, are you sure Lautaro Martinez might not get even 30 minutes in that game? I know they have Juventus over the weekend. For -4, if the rest of your team is good, 13 players, I wouldn't do it. Jaglak, Kvaratskhelia, Di Lorenzo, Costa for captaincy today. Jaglak, Kvaratskhelia. From those, I'll probably go for Kvaratskhelia. Jerome, but today is the day that you can choose anyone that you want in terms of captaincy. Literally anyone you prefer, knowing, because tomorrow you have players who are definitely going to play, so you can change it tomorrow if your player doesn't return today. But today you can go for anyone that you prefer. Musiala. I mean, some people are predicting Musiala to score, Musiala to start. I really doubt, man. But I'd not be happy if I took out Musiala and then he started and then I just wasted that transfer. Because they have a lot of injuries. That is the thing with Bayern. Sane is out. Lucas Hernandez is out. There's like 5. Even Neuer, their goalkeeper, is out. So they have a lot of problems in terms of injury. So that is why I'm thinking the likes of Musiala and Davis might start. But Davis is also a risk. Taremi and Mignolet are confirmed to start. Yes, they are. So that is good. Best replacement instead of Guerrero, not Otamendi. Halma does not want Otamendi, does he? You do not want Otamendi at all, right? I'd go for the ones who are starting right now. Probably I'd try and go for Ronaldo and FC Porto defender, whichever you prefer. The ones who are starting. How much do you have in the bank, Halma? Do you have any money remaining in the bank to go higher than 5 million? Again, Ali, if you have like 13, 14 players already, I wouldn't do it. But if you have less players and you don't have enough players, then you can do it. You have 6.6 million. That is enough. You can go to whichever defender you want. You're going to take out Guerrero. From that budget that you have, you can go for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he can do well against Napoli, but you're not going to get a clean sheet there. That is the thing. Barcelona are going to start with the likes of Marcos Alonso against Pilsen. So if you're feeling brave and you want a differential, you can go for Marcos Alonso. Real Madrid, I think Militao starts. Chelsea has Piliqueta, AC Milan, Theo Hernandez, Man City, Sergi Gomez. Those are 7 options. Holma, a lot you can choose from there. Red Bull says Sanusi. I think I'm gonna have to take out Guerrero instead of Musiala. I feel like Rafinha is going to do well this week, man. I really feel like Rafinha is going to do well, but I can't bring him in. So that is painful. So I think I'll have to take out the one who's definitely out, and that is Guerrero. And I'm going to have to bring in a defender. And I have been talking a lot about defenders from Benfica. But by the way, I think Maccabi Haifa will score. Maccabi Haifa usually score at home. So for Grimaldo and Otamendi, you're thinking about attacking returns and recovery points. So should I just stop overthinking and just go for a Barcelona defender, Marcos Alonso? Will Marcos Alonso start? I hope I don't bring him in and then he doesn't start. He does take a few free kicks here and there. Or Jordi Alba. Does Jordi Alba play in this second team? No. Alonso sat on the bench now. This is so tough, you know. I really do not want to bring in a defender and then they don't start. And I know Alonso came on the other day, if I'm not wrong, for an injured player. Marcos Alonso, Pilsen. Or Bellerin. Should I go for a former Arsenal player just for banter? And then I hope Alonso does not. There's nothing crazy as like Alonso starting as a central defender. That would be so bad for me. Or PK. Should I go with PK? Torres, Rafinha, Ferran, Ansu Fati. Vinicius. Demis says best replacement for Haaland. Again, depending on who you have, I would go for Mbappe, Messi, Rafa Silva, Leao, Giroud in that order. Best 7.1 midfield player for midfield. Again, Sam, it depends on who else you have in your midfield. But 7.1 million, let me just search for 7.1 million. Does it have to be exactly 7.1 million? Cheaper players like Mudryk are good, not bad at all. 7.1. Edwards from Sporting is good as well against Frankfurt. I'm not sure if he's the best. Kamada always scores for Frankfurt. 6.5 million. We don't have a lot of midfielders in that range. Most of them are more expensive than that. So in terms of cheaper, Mudryk, Sam, but in terms of that price range that you've given, I'd go for Marcus Edwards Sporting against Frankfurt. Ripadu, how are you? You are very late. You're 2 hours and 30 minutes late, but thank you for being here. I have Mbappe and Jagler. So if you already have Mbappe and Jagler, I'd go for Rafa Silva, Dame. Is it Dime or Dame or say? Let me go with Dime. What about Balde instead of Alonso? Does he play in the second team? Barcelona. I was thinking Marcos Alonso because of how he likes going forward. Balde. Do I trust Balde really? I'm not sure I trust Balde. I'm not sure about Balde being. I've never thought, if I bring in someone like Balde, that is just not a Glenn transfer. That would be a desperate transfer. I'm still not sure about my team. Says Red Bull. What else are you thinking about Red Bull? I didn't mind your team. Best defender for Limitless, says Ezin. I'd probably go for those players from. Best defender on a Limitless. The thing is, I think all those teams will concede. I think Napoli will score and concede. I think Liverpool will concede. I think Maccabi Haifa will score a goal against Benfica as well. Sorry, Reaper do, but Maccabi Haifa do have a good attacking. So, best defender. I still go for Grimaldo though, because he can still get attacking returns. I still go for Grimaldo, although that is such a hard question. Super hard, because this is a week that a lot of players could be rotated, so that is a problem. Real Madrid, Chelsea. Chelsea has Piliqueta. Should I go for without a Barcelona player and go for Piliqueta? Chelsea have not been good, man. I'd not be surprised if Dinamo scored in that game. Marcos Alonso is really tempting me. I don't have any players from the early apart from Ronaldo. I'm going to go for Marcos Alonso. I have 8.5 million in the bank. Why the hell do I have 8.5 million in the bank? Balde could do well, is good as an attacking option as well, says Sharma. Is he going to start though? Because the risky thing with those kind of players, if he starts and then gets subbed off at halftime. How many minutes has he played this season? Balde, Barcelona. Let me see. A lot of predicted lineups are saying he's going to start. 11 recoveries against Maccabi Haifa in the first game, Antonio Silva. So Ripadu is tipping the young defender Antonio Silva. He also scored last time. Let's see. Balde. He hasn't played a lot this season. I'm scared that he might start on the bench and then come on. That is what I'm trying to avoid. He's attacking. Sharma says he's attacking. A lot of you are saying, I think I will. I will stick with Alonso. I'll stick with Alonso Sharma. I prefer the one that I know is used to it because you can also take free kicks sometimes and corners. Should I confirm this transfer? There's no other option. Literally, no. I have enough money to even go for players like Trent. I can go for a Real Madrid defender. I can go for Chelsea defender. I can go for Theo Hernandez if I wanted. But that Barcelona fixture, Pilsen. The thing is, if I bring in Alonso, I'm also kind of wanting a clean sheet as well. And Victoria Pilsen scored against them last time out, but they didn't score the last couple of match days, right? No, I'm going to confirm that transfer. Stop overthinking it, and I'm going to do it. Alonso is in. Confirm that transfer. I won't overthink it. Guerrero out, Alonso in, and that is that. Done. 8.5 million remaining in the bank. My goodness. That will hurt me, but it won't hurt me. I mean, 8.5 million in the bank sounds a lot, though. Transfer made. That is my final team. Let me put Alonso in my starting lineup. Who will I put on the bench? Second, Cancelo. Cancelo will not play, I'm sure. So let me confirm. Let me put Kostic here, Cancelo, Valverde. In case I lose power tomorrow and I forget to change my players, which I don't think will happen. Let me put Valverde here and then Kostic as a second sub. And players like Kostic, I don't really like having a player like Kostic in the team, but he's going to play. So that's the least I can ask for because I think PSG are going to put like 3 or 4 goals past them, honestly. So yeah, that is the team. Now, time to think about captaincy. Carrasco is not in the starting lineup, Sharma. Yes, he's not. Ripadu says Marcos Alonso doesn't start. Does he? He doesn't, but because it's the second team, I'm expecting those players that don't start to start. Players like Alonso, Bellerin, Rafinha, Ferran Torres. Rafa Silva, Lori. Cancelo is benched, predicted by City Extra. Yeah, I think he'll definitely not start. That is for sure. They have enough defenders to play. So let me see how many players I have right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players playing today, and another 4, like 7 playing tomorrow. So today, captaincy for today is hard, man. Definitely not going to captain Barella and Musiala. Like I still have a lot of risks here. That's what I'm saying. Like if you get 50 points this week, your team is good. Your team is good. By the way, if you play, I think FC Porto will definitely score against Atletico Madrid. So Rangers, Ajax. Yeah, I'm going to captain Kudus. Kudus is my captain for today. I believe in you. Please do me proud. I'm going to captain Kudus. That is my captain. That is my final team for this match day. By the way, in case you haven't joined the Everything Football League, the direct link is in the description. Let's see. Adan. Why did Ripadu say Adan? Ripadu is talking about sporting players. What the hell is going on, Ripadu? Do you want Adan at Benfica for Vlaco Dimas? Lucy says, if my captain blank, should I captain Messi, Mbappe, or Rodrigo for second match day? Lucy is already fearing the worst. Already thinking about the captain blanking. Messi, Mbappe, or Rodrigo. Mbappe is always the safest option, but when Mbappe scores, it's probably going to be Messi assisting, but Mbappe is the one who's taking the penalties, so Mbappe. Also, so I guess Alonso will start for sure. Yeah, I'm thinking Alonso, Bellerin, and maybe the Balde guy that people are talking about are going to start. And also Jordi Alba might start. But Jordi Alba might play as a centre back, which I don't like. What midfielders 10 million and under do you think will return this match week? What midfielders 10 million and under? Mudryk, Shakhtar will definitely return. Rodrigo, Real Madrid against Celtic will probably return as well. Kudus, my captain, hopefully will return against Rangers. Now, I think there's going to be a lot of goals this match day, Gabriel. So if I give you guys my quick predictions for these matches, let's just scroll down the bottom. If it will help you make your decision. So my quick prediction, I don't remember what I predicted for the last game, but as of now, FC Porto Atletico Madrid, I'm going to go for FC Porto to win that game by 2-1. I'm going to go for Leverkusen to beat Club Brugge by 2-1. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, I'm going to go for an open game. Bayern Munich 3, Inter Milan 2. Sporting against Frankfurt, I am going to go for Sporting to beat Shakhtar. To beat Frankfurt. Sporting to beat Shakhtar. Sporting are playing Frankfurt. Let me do that again. Sporting Frankfurt, I am going to go for a 1-1 draw for some reason. Liverpool Napoli, I'm going to go for a crazy 3-3 draw. So a lot of goals there. Rangers Ajax, I'm going to go for Rangers to get 2 goals this time, but Ajax to win it 3-2. Another open game. Marseille Tottenham 1-1. So basically, I've gone for every team to score so far. Barcelona Pilsen, I'm going to go for Barcelona to win that game by 2-0. Real Madrid Celtic 3-0 to Real Madrid. Shakhtar Leipzig, I'm going to go for 2-2 draw. Chelsea Dinamo Zagreb. Dinamo Zagreb still have a chance of qualifying for Europa League, so I think Chelsea will still win though, so I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, Dinamo Zagreb 1. Maccabi Haifa, Benfica, I'm going to go for Maccabi Haifa to score a goal, but Benfica to win. So Maccabi Haifa 1, Benfica 3. I'm going to go for AC Milan, Salzburg. AC Milan 2, Salzburg 1. Close game. Guys, have I gotten a clean sheet so far? Yeah, Real Madrid and Barcelona so far. I'm predicting a clean sheet. Man City, Sevilla. Man City are going, but they're going to rotate a lot. So I'm going to go for Man City 2, Sevilla 1. Copenhagen, Dortmund. Copenhagen 0, Dortmund 1. But it is impossible to predict who's going to start in that defense for Dortmund. That is the problem. Juventus, PSG, pray for Juventus. Juventus 1, PSG 3. Those are my predictions. So I've only predicted Dortmund, Real Madrid, and Barcelona to keep clean sheets. So, yeah. Usually the final match day of a season or of a group stage usually has a lot of goals. Because a lot of these teams, like for example, Liverpool need to beat Napoli by 4 goals to qualify top. So it's going to be an open game. Liverpool are going to leave spaces for Napoli to score as well. Rangers need to beat Ajax by 5-0 to finish third in that group. If even they score 2 goals, Ajax will try and attack as well. That is a 3-2, 3-3 game there. Teams like the teams that don't have anything to play for, like Bayern Munich and Inter Milan, it is just the day to prove yourself. Remember, there's still a World Cup around the corner, so there are still some players there that have something to play for to prove themselves. So I think all those teams will probably score. Official Red Bull Nuclear Fantasy Team. Mbappe, Leao, Taremi. Good. Vinicius, Valverde, Otavio. Captain. Wow, you've captained Otavio. You've gone for it. Kimmich, Carrasco, Laporte. Carrasco is not starting. Laporte, Tomori, Grimaldo. What do you say about it? Was this just... let me just know... is this a wildcard team? It's not a wildcard. This is not a limitless team. Is it just... you're just making transfers, right? Is this a limitless team? Let me just know once again, Red Bull, just say if this is a limitless team or just using transfers or just using a wildcard. Let me know, and then I'll come back to your team. Captain Adan says Reaper do. Captain Adan. It's still Adan at the end of the day, Reaper. This guy can get a red card anytime. I prefer captaining the attacking player. Yes, that is my main team. That is the team I'm going to go for. Otavio captain is okay for a punt. Chim says Haaland. Wow, you're making a lot of transfers. To Kane, Rodrigo, Rafa Silva, Grimaldo. Is Vlahovic out? A lot of people are taking out Vlahovic. If Vlahovic is not injured or suspended, I'd keep him in my team. But the others like Haaland, those players you're bringing in are not bad. Kane, Rodrigo, Rafa Silva, Grimaldo for -8. They're not bad, so you can go for it. Son let me down last week in fantasy, and they were at home, Alan. So away from home, I don't trust them that much. Yes, I do like Payne and Captain Son. You really do like Payne. You're captaining Tottenham players, Alan. You really do like failure, don't you? Chan says best strikers 8.5 million. Rafael Leao. How much is he? I think he's around that price range. Nacho Lucas Vasquez. It's really tough to know who's going to start for them. I'm thinking defensively they will go for Militao, Alaba, Mendy, and Carvajal. So I don't think any of those players will start, honestly. But if you're choosing between them, I'll go for Lucas Vasquez. Kvaratskhelia all day, Laurie. I have Di Lorenzo captain for the first day. So if captain Di Lorenzo, and if he doesn't perform well, I'll change to Mbappe. That's not bad. First day, you can definitely go for a differential if you prefer. Now, in my team, the players that I'm 100% sure are going to start, the 3 strikers, Kudus, Kvaratskhelia, those are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 players who I'm 100% sure are going to start. And then maybe 2 that might, like Musiala and Barella, might play a part, or maybe even Davis. And then Cancelo, I don't think he'll play. So that is why I just last on in my subs bench. I'd be very happy if he does, though. I'd be very happy if he does. But it doesn't help me because he plays on the second day. I don't see Liverpool scoring. Nah, I see them scoring because they have to go for it. They need 4 goals. I think they will score. Actually, I think they will definitely score in this game. I think both teams will score like more than 2 goals and repeat. He just transferred out Di Lorenzo. Liverpool will score. But the thing is, you can get recovery points and stuff like that. Gabriel says, would you rather remove Barella or Musiala? Barella. I think Musiala might still play a part in the game. That is where I've left him. Rafa Silva, Jagler Alvarez. Do you think Bellingham gets good minutes? Nah, he definitely doesn't get good minutes. He gets like less, I'd say 30 to 45 minutes in this game. And he might not even play at all. That is the thing. Just making transfers. -4 for Leao, in for Lewandowski. Not bad, Summit, if the rest of your team is good. I went risky. I have Frimpong in my team. That's not bad. Frimpong is good. He's been good, especially recently. Him and Diaby. What's today's bet? Give me the bet, Summit. Let me know what you're thinking of. If Diego Costa saves a penalty again today, I will lose my mind because I talked about him in match day 2 and I never brought him in. And then he saves 4 penalties in a row. And like this guy got saved a penalty and got an assist in the same game. And then the next game he saved another penalty again. And then he saved another penalty again. It's crazy. Like even if someone is taking a penalty against them, especially Griezmann, who misses penalties here and there, if he takes a penalty against Diogo Costa today, I'd actually fancy Costa to save it again. Yes, he is. Oli Rodrigo is always a good option. Have faith in my team for sure. You have to believe in your team. I mean, you're the manager of your team. So if you don't believe in your team, there's something definitely wrong. He's injured, out for the weekend match against Inter. Also, if he's injured, yes, you can take him out to Chim. So no problem on that one. Dan, Messi, Mbappe, Silva, Kroos, Kudus, Salah, Militao, Balde, Gomez, Grimaldo, Ulrich, Courtois, Sule, Bellingham, Joao Mario on the bench. So, yeah, I think most of your players will play. I think apart from Bellingham, he might be rotated, but the rest of your team looks good, so that is great. Yes, I think Rodrigo is going to start. Oli, I think they're going to start with Rodrigo, Vinicius, Valverde. I'm not sure about Benzema, but if Benzema is okay, we'll start. I wouldn't be surprised if they started with all 4 of them, just to get the job done and then probably sub them out early, 55th minute, 60 minutes, around there. So we only have 7 minutes before the deadline. Just 7 minutes. Yeah, so Benzema is injured according to Yasin. There was a few rumors saying that he might make it. But yeah, if he's not there, then all those players will start. Lucy says, is there any changes compared with World Cup fantasy rules? I mean, I don't know if they're going to change any rules this time, but it's usually the same as the Champions League. You can replace your players on the second day. You can change your captain. In terms of subs, I don't know how many subs they will allow, though, this time. Since things have changed in the World Cup this time because of COVID, like, for example, teams will be able to pick 26 players instead of the usual 23. Transfer made Lewandowski to Kane, Carrasco to Ferran Torres, and Guerrero to Theo Hernandez. That sounds good, Tron. Messi or Silva? Silva has the easier fixture. Ali, Benzema to Rafa Silva for a hit. I'm not sure if Benzema is definitely out. That is the thing, but I've seen some people saying he's definitely out. So if it's a -4, it's okay, but -8, nah. Soldier Boy, tell him, says, what do you think of Sporting attackers? Fantastic against Frankfurt. I think 1-1 or 2-2 in that game. So the likes of Edwards and those guys, Gonçalves, all of them are okay for this match day. Would you do KDB to Marcus Edwards? If it's not for a hit, yes. Even if for -4, yes. For -4, I would. -8, no. I think KDB will be rested. I mean, Gundogan, yeah, I think KDB won't play at all. I think Cancelo as well might not play at all. At all. Ripperdo does not like Marcus Edwards, but he scored a very good goal against Tottenham. I think he will score. You're welcome, Ops. How many likes have we hit on this video? We've been going for almost 3 hours. This is basically, I think, the longest stream we've done on here. Who should I pick for captain? Who should I pick for Guerrero? Sorry. I need you to decide now. Homer says, I need you to decide now. Guerrero. And you said you don't want Benfica players. Huh? You dare me to say Otamendi again, Holmer. I'm going to say Otamendi again, Holmer. Who will I pick? You know what? I am going to go for a Real Madrid defender for Guerrero, and I am going to say Carvajal. That is what I'm going to say. That is the final answer, Alma. Carvajal for Guerrero, and don't care about what anyone says. Go for it. I really doubt Celtic score. I bet Kamada will score versus Frankfurt. I do think as well. I think it's going to be a 1-1 or 2-2. Soldier Boy, thanks, legend. Glenn, not a legend, not quite as legendary as the players I'm hoping they get returns today, but thank you, Soldier Boy. I appreciate it. Who do you prefer as captain, says Alpha? Today. I have a good feeling about Nkunku in this game. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game against Leipzig against Shakhtar. But Rodriguez playing against Celtic, a Celtic team that is just awful in the Champions League and is also taking penalties when Benzema is not there. So I'd go for Rodrigo and then Nkunku in that order. Any specific matches you're watching today? First one, I'm going to watch Porto Atletico Madrid. It's even they're already walking onto the pitch. And the second one is definitely going to be Liverpool Napoli. I mean, I think that game is going to be so fun to watch. Alonso worth it for a -4, says Groovy. I wouldn't take a -4 for Alonso. I brought him in, but not for a -4. Depends. If you have very few players playing, you can go for it. Barella and Guerrero to Vinicius and Grimaldo for a -8. Barella and Guerrero. Guerrero to Grimaldo, fine. Barella. It might work, Marcel. It might work, but you're really hoping Grimaldo gets a clean sheet and Vinicius scores. You can go for it. Who do you think will keep clean sheets? Barcelona, Real Madrid, Dortmund. Just those three teams, literally. As a Rangers fan, I don't think you should captain Kudus because we're at home, but then we have considered a lot of goals. Yes, I do expect you guys to get a couple of goals, but since you guys need like a 5-0 win to go through today, I think it's going to be an open game, and I think Kudus will start. And the fact that he plays as a striker in the game is a midfielder, if he scores and he gets you 5 points and he's playing as a further forward. So yes, John, that is why I'm going for Kudus. it's a day where you can go for a differential. Gabriel says, we appreciate you, Glenn. I appreciate you too. Tron says, I've seen you in Premier League funds and your memory is quite good, Tron. I think I'll be there on Friday as well. They want me to talk about Arsenal. So yeah, you've definitely seen me on Premier League funds. And Tron, you have a good memory, Tron. You have such a good memory. So 1 minute to the deadline. This is my final team. Mbappe, Silva, Alvarez, Musiala, Barella, Kudus, Kvaratskhelia, Alonso, Davis, Ronaldo, Adan, and I'm going to captain Kudus. Hopefully John is wrong and hopefully I'm right. Listen, John, you can still get a 4-3 win. Literally, you can still win this game if you want, as long as Kudus can get a couple of goals. That is fine by me. So that is the final team. Let's see, last comments. Went for Mbappe, Messi, as a front three. Ramos, Messi, Mbappe. Not bad. You're hoping for a lot of goals from PSG for sure. 8 for Leao, Messi, Trent, Grimaldi, and Lewandowski, Simic. Wait, 8 for Leao, Messi in for Lewandowski, Simic, Casala. I mean, you took out the players who are definitely not going to play Summit, so I appreciate. I think that's great. I appreciate it. Dime. I need to know how to pronounce your name, Dime. I'm not comfortable about pronouncing your name wrong. Is it Dime? Dime? Good luck with your captain here. Kudos. Hopefully. Soldier Boy says locked. Locked for sure. Locked for sure. 100%. Night one, Captain Kane or Pavard. And since you say Soldier Boy, I do listen to them. So rest in peace to Take Off. I had to say that on a stream because I do listen to them. Night one, Captain Kane or Pavard. Probably Kane from that. Thank you, Soldier Boy. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.